What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, I'm vibed out. You know, I'm feeling amazing, immaculate. Victory Monday feels great. Double dubs. Should have been a trifecta, but unfortunately, my week of picks hasn't been cooperating with me all the way this week. But you know, it's been a good time, man. Good time.
I need an undefeated slate of picks because I was doing the math this morning. I'm like, yeah, I did pretty good this week. But then I'm like, shit, I'm only 2 games up. That doesn't do it for me. I need like a 6-0 or a 7-0.
Yeah. Because I was like, I won just enough that it didn't kill me this week. But you started out hot. It took me. I was like, bro, am I about to go over? I was like, yo, this is crazy.
It was those lines, though.
It was, though. It was. The lines killed me because I had the right winners. It was just the lines, bro.
Well, that Patriots-Raiders game, I was rooting for. Wait, who was I rooting for? The Raiders, actually.
You wanted the Raiders, yeah.
We wanted the Raiders, but I had Patriots in the picks.
Yeah.
So I didn't care if the Patriots lost. I just wanted the Raiders to win, and holy hell.
Bro, who would have thought?
My dad was dying. I was watching the game in the basement with my dad.
Yeah.
And he is dying laughing. You know, it's one of those things whenever, like, one of your buddies, like, the way that they laugh makes you start laughing.
What is going on?
He was loving it. He's like, this is Pee-wee shit right here. You never see this. This is incredible.
Bro. Yes. Literally, all my mans in there start texting my line like, bro, you got to see. And you know, I'm like, bro, what's going on? I look at that. I'm like, hey, son, what? And the fact that it's a Belichick team, I just think that made the icing even better. Because it's like, nah, you would never expect to see anything like that under a Bill Belichick coach team. And I'm like, bro, Ramadre, what are you doing? He started it off. Like,
part of me didn't mind that as long as you could keep it contained to where something crazy doesn't happen. No.
And then it's like, yo, who are you throwing it to? Mac Jones?
That was terrible.
I'm just like,
that was terrible.
What are you doing?
I think he said afterwards, like, I was throwing it to Mac to see if he can make a play with it. What are you doing? What play was he making?
It was nobody around. Mac gonna make a guy miss. They saw the Pro Bowl clip when he went 40 down the middle of the field, hit the gritty. They must have thought that was gonna happen again, bro. Because I'm just like, this makes zero sense for Chandler. I said, bro, you missed the tackle too. And then you turn around and you the hero. I said the irony here. I say, yo, Ramadre never pitches that ball if you just tackle him. But you missed the tackle. Set him up. Loved it.
Yeah, it was funny hearing them talk about the directions on what they should have done on that play. It's like, no, it's just a draw, and we kind of freelanced with it. You know, it was just supposed to be a draw, go to overtime.
Hey, son. I was just like, yo, what are we watching right now? And then for Mac Jones to get mushed the way that he did at the end, too, just as the insult to injury. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Did you hear Belichick's response to the question about why they didn't throw up a Hail Mary?
I did not. What did he say? Please elaborate.
He said we couldn't throw it that far.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. The ball was snapped around, what, the 40?
Yeah, it was around there. The 40 or 50.
I'm about to say, what? Should have put in homie Bailey.
That's a shot.
Bailey could have got it there.
Derek Carr.
Bailey, for a fact, could have got it there.
No joke. I don't know how much of that game you watched, but no joke. I think he showed off the greatest display of arm strength I've ever seen from him. Oh, probably dropped 180.
Yeah,
it's when I think he overthrew. I think it was Mac Hollins.
Yeah,
overthrew him by a little bit.
It was
They went from 20 to the 20. I was like, what?
Yeah,
he has this in him. It's a cannon.
Yeah, that was crazy though, bro. It's bad. It's just bad. I just don't understand, like, situationally, if you're Ramadre, like, do you think you're trailing at that point? Because there is nothing that says you should be going to the hook and lateral in that situation. I'm just really trying to figure out, like, what was and then it just got worse. It's like, okay, Ramadre, you make a bad decision flipping it. And then who was that? That wasn't Jacoby.
It was.
It was Jacoby? Okay. And it's like, Jacoby, you compound it by throwing it backwards to Mac Jones. Yeah. Yep.
I can understand the little pitch. Like, okay, little pitch.
I don't.
Throw them off a little bit. It's more contained right there. Less likely for a big detrimental play to happen. But then the toss across the field, that's when you just lose it.
What are we doing? Say, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Absolutely lose me right there.
Yeah. What are we doing?
You could see the faces on the dudes on the sideline, like, just like, no.
Why? It's like, why? Why? Nothing says you need to do that right there. And because it's Mac Jones, too, I'm just like, you're throwing it to Mac 20 yards across the field and 5 yards back. Why?
And, of course, Mac just couldn't tangle him up.
Hey, come on,
though
he was
in perfect position.
He's no Big Ben. He's no Big Ben. Big Ben would have made that tackle. We've seen Seven make that tackle.
He definitely would have. You're right.
Game on the line, Seven makes that tackle.
But Mac has been pretty much atrocious.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's him. I feel like it's this Patriots offense and Patricia and all this stuff.
We complained about our coordinator situation, and we can see the difference. That's terrible offensive coordinating over that side, man. It looks really, really bad. They probably would love a Matt Canada as well, man. Yeah, it's bad up there, man. Between Patricia and Judge, it's just like the blind leading the blind, it seems like, man. Yeah.
Because I did see a throw or two by Mac. Absolute dime, 20, 30-yard pass down the sideline. I forget who it was to, but dropped right in the breadbasket. I'm like, yeah, this is like perfect accuracy.
Yeah.
Like, this is why Mac Jones was taken in the first round.
Mac is talented, man, but like you said, at this level, you do need those other pieces. I think it was almost arrogant in terms of how they approached this season with him because of how, he did play well at times last year, but it's just like he didn't play well enough to the point where you don't need an offensive coordinator in your second year. And this is just, I feel like we seeing all of that come together. So it's kind of like that perfect storm for him. But yeah, man, glad that we don't have those issues over here.
They're gone. Offense looks really damn good.
We're going to tap into that. We're going to tap in. But yeah,
people still don't want to credit Canada.
Come on, you know how it goes, man. If you're a hater, just say you're a hater. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just acknowledge it. But let's go ahead and start the show. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? How was your weekend, by the way? I don't even think I tapped in on your weekend just yet, man.
Steeler game Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Watched a lot of football both days. Saturday
it was a lot
Sunday.
of football this weekend, bro.
I watched all the Saturday games too.
Did you enjoy the primetime Saturday night game?
Yeah, it worked out in the Steelers' favor. It was nice to see the Dolphins go down.
It definitely worked out. It was amazing to see the Dolphins go down. I really enjoyed seeing the Dolphins go down like that, actually. I'm with you, bro. Mm-hmm.
Two is just not that good.
Sometimes that defense has that effect on people. I get it. I'm with you.
I don't know if it was that.
Yeah. It's all good. I get it. I'm with you, man. Sometimes that defense will have everybody just like, is he really that good or is he not that good? It's like you see some flashes. You got a Jalen Watt, you got a Tyreek. You see some flashes, but as a whole, that's what those guys up there been doing, man. Clinched the playoff spot too now, man. So that's one spot we don't have to worry about. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I hate seeing.
It's good though that they've already got that out the way.
Bills on top of that in the Hunt graphic. I hate seeing it.
Yeah. We ain't got to worry about it now. They out the picture. That's one team that we don't have to root against going forward. In fact, we want them to keep winning because as long as they keep winning, that'll keep other teams from getting opportunities.
Who do they still play the Jets? I think they do. Right?
They do. They got one more with them.
Okay,
yeah.
We need them to beat the Jets.
No. They already beat them. That was they beat them last week with
right.
Mike
they got
White.
The Patriots then. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we need them to beat the Patriots.
No. I'm trying to think. Wait a minute.
I think they do because Patriots have a.
I think they have just one
schedule.
left. Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is the Dolphins. No. What? I think it's the Dolphins-Chargers scenario.
Yeah, they got the Patriots left. Bengals. Yeah.
We need the Chargers to lose out, but they play all teams that have losing records.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, man. Stranger things have happened. We technically have a losing record, and we're kicking butt.
But I think with the whole Dolphins scenario right now, with them losing to the Bills, I think it could be flipped, either the Dolphins or the Chargers.
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to work completely because I think Dolphins play the Patriots still or the Jets. So it's like we need the Patriots or the Jets to lose two of their last three, but it's got to be those two specific ones. But then they got to beat the Dolphins.
Well,
something like that.
So check it out. New England plays the Bills the last game of the season. We can all be on board making sure that the Bills win. There, see? Because you said it has to be a specific one they lose, and it has to be at the end. There you go, specifically at the end. So we all know what to do on January 8th.
If the Steelers are still in it and we need that, sure.
So, yeah, man, it was a good day, man. It was a good day.
So what was the second game? That was the Browns-Ravens. Just pissed me off even more that we lost to the Ravens because they looked so bad.
Both of them teams looked like they
Browns look terrible
Both
too.
Both of them teams. I'm looking at Watson celebrating. I'm like, bro, this was terrible.
Yeah, he looks worse than Jacoby Brissett.
Yes, and he was out that day. You would have thought that he threw for 300 and let him did something crazy. I'm just like, I don't. Whatever you was dealing. Well, I mean, technically, we kind of know what you've been dealing with, but yeah, it won't like that, bro. That game won't like that. Yeah, they look. It's frustrating that we lost it, but the physicality was the difference, man. That was the difference, man.
And that was the opposite for us in this game, for sure. We came out lights out, physical, sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get to the first Saturday game, though.
Yeah.
What'd you think, dude? That's your guy.
Whoa. I was good. You saw Kirko.
That's what I mean.
What'd he do? I fear nothing but God. Come on, man. Kirko said, okay. Everybody was tripping. Oh, the Fighting Jeff Saturdays on a Saturday. The first NFL coach named Saturday. The coach on a Saturday. Oh, my God. It's cool. Just the largest comeback in NFL history. And that's what we expect because that's what Kirko Chains can do. And he gonna hit you. Hey, look. He had the long pass of the day. It was a 60-yarder. Beautiful little screenshot of Dalvin Cook, but it doesn't matter. It just adds to the total, baby. So just keep running them up. And Justin Jefferson. Can I get a gritty one time for the people in the back? For the people, I done got nice with my gritty because me and my little man, we keep watching his highlights. After every Sunday, Saturday, it's like, hey, G, Justin went for another 200 this week. He went for another $180 this week. 2 of them tutty things. So we just, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what is expected when you talking Kirko. That's expected. I stand by it. I guarantee it. Y'all don't believe in that, man. That's 1 o'clock, man.
I still don't.
Because you don't believe in 1 o'clock Kirk. All right.
I feel like the Vikings are frauds.
Keep playing games. Keep playing games, man. Kirko about that. That's why he put them chains on like that. Yeah. Stop playing with that, man. Stop playing with him.
That was so much.
Stop playing with him, man. Stop playing with him.
It was actually too easy for the Vikings to come back there.
It was. It's stupid.
Like they didn't even need picks or anything. Like for our comeback against the Vikings last year, we needed picks. Stupid. Sometimes you need a fumble or something. They didn't even need that.
Yeah, you watch it, you're just like, this is the dumbest comeback I'm ever seeing right now. Like,
three and out.
What are you doing? But it was a fun story when it started out. Remember we told you, man.
And the clip they were allowing the Vikings to score on those drives is like a minute or two.
Yo, you're not sustaining on offense and you're giving it up explosively on defense. That's a recipe for disaster. Yep. So yeah, man. Shout out to Kirko.
One of my takeaways though, it looked like Gilmore can still play out there.
Gilmore's straight. It's just Justin Jefferson has the clip and everybody's like, oh man, look at what he did. It's like, bro, Justin Jefferson ran a route that it's like, man, AB ran them type of routes. You're not guarding that. You're not. But yeah, it's not Gilly.
Keeping my eye on Gilmore this offseason because the Colts could cut him with the rebuild type of mentality.
Absolutely.
Potentially.
Yep.
And we got Brian Flores. Maybe we get Gilmore on a reasonable deal here. Then we draft the corner. We could load up the secondary maybe.
If you had your pick between Gilly versus Pat P, which one would you roll with?
Wow. Yeah, Peterson hasn't been looking that bad this year either.
Both in the same kind of...
I thought he dropped off more based off last year, but it looks like he's making a little bit of a resurgence. I'd probably go Gilmore.
I'm biased. Well, both my teammates, but Gilly was like my teammate longer, so I would go Gilly. Yeah, both nice though.
Yeah, that was unreal. Yeah, unreal weekend for just football, really.
I like it, man. It was a good time, man. Definitely was a good time. I like it. So, with that being said, let's start the show the way that we always do. Let us know where you are tuning in from in the chat, and we will give you those big boy shout-outs. Also, hit that like button if you have not done so, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so either. Oh, and while we're getting those in, do want to shout out my man Charlie Batch and Aaron Donald, man. They combined or collabed with Charlie Batch for his Best of the Batch Foundation for this is the 10th? I think it was the 10th annual holiday giveaway, man, where we go in there and we help out at Santa's elves and stuff like that. That was also this weekend, man. So shout out to them two dudes doing good stuff in the community and allowing me to tag along every once in a while.
Like I said before, you're taking care of the charity aspect of this podcast.
Hey, it's all good. Like I said, man, I'm gonna pass the rock with you, man. Sometimes we're gonna get out here and we're gonna two team them. You know what I mean? Be like Shaq and Kobe out there. Yeah.
All right. Here, I got a few. John Easton, 619, San Diego.
Let's get it.
Bart Basquiat, the 805, Thousand Oaks, California. I saw an earlier chat by him that he took some DMT this weekend. He said it was a crazy experience.
Oh. Have you?
No.
Oh. All right.
He's always got something new to bring to the table.
This is true. This is very true. So he's moved on from the because wasn't he the Shroomy?
Yeah, big Shroom guy.
Yeah, big Shroomy dude. So he done moved on. All right. Well, just be careful, but keep living your best life. More importantly,
Jay Ramos, 951 Riverside, California. I love Canada. Let's get it. Shout out the chat.
Shout out. Let's go. I did not think I would hear that today. I love it though, man. Anytime we're able to be on one accord like that, man, I'm always in the building with y'all.
Richard Arbizo, the 310, Carson, California. Put that ish on for Victory Monday.
You heard him? You hit dance again?
I'm good for now. I don't need to do it.
Oh, it wasn't a Kenny win.
Come on, dude. Damn, it's like that.
No, I'm messing because I realized yesterday in the Space Talk, right? I'm thinking that it's all love. Everybody's going to be on the Mitch trade. Everything's good. And it's like,
Mitch played really good.
It became Mitch versus Kenny. I'm like, how does this stem from? Like, seriously, I cannot make this up. It was like, Kenny can't do those things that Mitch does. That's why the offense looks so much better.
Kenny could have made every throw Mitch made yesterday.
Like, bro, I'm just like, why do we got to instantly go to the comparison? But obviously we're going to talk about a lot of that. But yeah, it was definitely one of them vibes though with it. It wasn't just hey, let's just enjoy the win, enjoy the no turnovers and keep going like that. And then we know when Kenny get back, he's the guy. No, it was not that simple. I was like, holy smokes. So yeah, just give you the heads up.
Are we going to talk about that again?
I'm sure it's going to come up.
Okay.
I'm absolutely sure
I was going to have some stuff to say about that, but if we're just going to
I'm sure it's going to come up. And if it doesn't, definitely bring it up.
Okay. Yeah. I'll try to remember.
Yeah.
Leah Warren, 254, Killeen, Texas. Victory Monday, boys.
Yes, indeed. Don't you love a Victory Monday? Don't it feel sweeter? The stream hit a little harder. Your outfit look a little nicer.
Yeah.
The weather ain't as bad when it's a Victory Monday. Usually going outside 27 degrees, man, I would hate it. But when you win, man, going outside 27 degrees, I don't hate it as much.
Feels crisp.
I just strongly dislike it. You see that? That's improvement right there, man. It's a Victory Monday right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crisp as opposed to being bitter cold.
Yes, indeed. Let me
more
tap
of a wake-up call when you walk outside. But it's a refresher.
But it's like angels just softly humming in your ear to wake you up. Not like, wake up. It's like, hey, would you please just wake up for a second?
Exactly.
And you're like, yeah, I feel so refreshed. The sleep even hit better, It's one of them. In fact, now that I think about it, like, man, when I kiss wifey in the mornings on Victory Monday, she like how I kiss her a little better on Victory Mondays. You know what I'm saying? If they would have lost yesterday, I don't know if she wanted to kiss me the same way. This morning, it's like, oh, no, man, even the kiss sound a little better. So I don't know, man. It's Victory thing, man. But let me tap in real quick. All right. I got Wendy Johnson tuning in from the 562, the LBC, Long Beach, California. Gavin Schneider. It's his 21st birthday. Shout out to Gavin and happy 21st birthday to you. Tuning in from Toms River, New Jersey, the 732. We got the homie Micah Hemp tuning in from the 814, Johnstown, PA. And I got AJ Martinez, who switched it up to AJM, period. Tuning in from the 515, Des Moines, you dig? And then after that, let's tap in with Jerome. I say we got Jerome in the house. Jerome is in the house, tuning in from the 253. And then I will end it with the homie Steve Brooks tuning in from the crib. The 757 for the culture. Yes, Lord. And Rod Dollars, that Panthers pack is absolutely hitting today. Yes, it is. And yes, it is, baby. It was sitting yesterday. I had some rollover of that thing this morning, Deke. I'm telling you, if you need some of that Panthers pack, look.
I'm good.
I was sitting at Panthers pack, right? And then last night, holiday tradition, wifey was like, yo, it's movie time. We put on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. With the Panthers pack, that movie was probably the funniest movie I've seen this year. I'm just saying, bro, I've been Pledge of Allegiance in all day. I'm on that right now. Like, it's just crazy. I was over there like, maybe I should mess with my Christmas lights. Maybe I should try to get me a bigger Christmas tree. Like, that's the Panthers pack, bro.
That's a great call.
Yeah, that Panthers pack times the Christmas funny movie, bro. Yeah, it was a vibe. It was certainly a vibe, man. So yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Super.
Let's get it.
Richard Arbiza, what's going on in the Colts locker room after that?
Oh, Lord. Pissed off. Probably feeling, just like they let another one get away. You look at the Colts, especially since Jeff Saturday has taken over over there. They lost to the Eagles by what? 1 point, 2 points right at the end of the game. They lost to us in a tight one. Obviously, up big against the Vikings to lose that the way that they did. So they probably just feel that feeling of, man, why are we so close but can't finish it? And just from experience, when I first came in the league in 2010, starting out in Buffalo, man, we started the season out 0-8. And you would think, man, we were getting blown out. No, we literally lost 3 games in overtime, and the other games were by 1 point. The only team that beat us was the Patriots. They won by 2 scores. But that whole time, week after week, you're just sitting here like, bro, how do we keep making these mistakes in these critical moments? But that's a part of their stage right now. So it's like you're pissed off. You feel like you let one go, but also you feel optimistic because you're saying to yourself, man, if I can just make this tackle on third down, if I can just make this catch on third down on offense, maybe that's the difference in them scoring a touchdown versus them not getting the ball back right here. And you just kind of hang your head on that. And then from there, you got to move on to the next week because, it's another team coming to town. But that's definitely the feeling right there, man. When you are big like that and then to come get it, have the team come back on you and lose, and it's multiple weeks in a row now that you've been losing like this. Yeah, you know who else probably is like that? The Texans. Look at the Texans, bro. They done took how many teams to the wire? How many teams, man? And it's like, oh, these are the best of the best.
Might
and
need
it's
to
like,
take them on one of these spreads.
Seriously. It's like, this is the best of the best team they facing. And every time for the Texans, it's like, they come down to the wire and they're losing right at the end. And that's just the difference of, learning how to finish those games, the executing the minutia and stuff like that. Stuff that we're kind of learning as well. We're a little bit more advanced than those teams. But that's, what separates you from the elite teams. Because there's no reason why those should be one-score games, right, based on the records. But, yeah, when you're talking about the talent, both teams are talented, but the execution on the other side is just that much better, and that's why they keep getting out of there. But for the Colts, man, they'll learn from it. And
Did it have to be Matt Ryan again?
It was hilarious, though, that it was Matt. It's just like all that type of stuff happens with him, it seems like.
It's sad at this point.
It just follows him along, man. It follows him along.
Where do you go from here?
It's tough.
If you're him.
That is tough. Hopefully you switch it up next week. I don't know. I mean, because it's like I said, it's a positive that you can get these leads. I'm just saying, as a person,
like what do you do?
Because it's like you're getting the lead, but you're not finishing. It's like you're able to use your words to get whatever company in the meeting with you, and they're on board, but you cannot close the deal for some reason. I don't know, man. He got to work on his finish game though, because his finish is just not there. It's not.
What's his wife thinking? Giselle's leaving Brady for playing football more and winning and stuff. And Matt Ryan's having these epic collapses, man.
I hope
that's what I mean. Like, how do you go back into your house? How do you talk to friends and family around Christmas?
That's rough, man. That is rough.
They're gonna show the 28-3 score and the 33-0 score on Christmas Eve or Christmas when you're hanging with your family and friends. And man, that's tough.
It's rough, bro. It's rough. It's rough. It's like, hey, man, we were all rooting for you. You ruined our Saturday, though. Thanks a lot. It's like, yeah.
I feel bad for him.
This is rough.
Because just like the Falcons, he is such a benign player in all this. He's not hated at all. Yeah. He doesn't do anything ridiculous you know what I mean?
He's a good guy. But
he's just a good guy, benign guy. Like, no one hates Matt Ryan.
There is nothing to hate on him. He just can't finish.
Same with the Falcons. Falcons are such a benign team, but they did it. I guess it's been Matt Ryan the whole time. It wasn't the Falcons. He just took that curse over to the Colts a little bit.
Yeah.
Although the Falcons really haven't been the same either. So maybe it's double whammy for both of them.
This is accurate, man. This is accurate.
Jacob Malesio, in parentheses, Start Mason. I was right in front of Warren for his first NFL touchdown.
Let's get it, man. No, that was dope. I was actually super happy to see that, man. I was hoping that Matt Canada would go back to him after he called the first 2 plays. I'm like, man, we're picking it up, but I know how coordinators get. It's like, man, all right, we ran this play twice. It didn't work. Go to the quarterback sneak. I'm like, don't you go to this quarterback. Don't you steal this Jalen Warren touchdown. So it was really good to see that, man. I was happy for him, man. I'm mad his celebration got cut short by the ruckus that was taking place. But, I wherever he was going with the point, I don't know where he was going after this, but wherever he was going, I was with him. That's all I'm saying. All right, shout out to Jalen, man. Obviously, we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago and stuff like that, man. But, yeah, I'm really happy for him, man, because he was clearly on a trajectory to keep expanding his role, and then obviously had the hamstring injury. Last week was his first game back, limited in terms of the usage, but this week a little bit more, and we could still see it once again what he brings to the table as a receiver and as a running back. So yeah, he's one of them dudes. The more healthy he is, I feel like you keep giving him more opportunities, because even though Najee did some positive things yesterday, it is still a very distinct difference when 30 got that rock in his hand versus when 22 got that rock in his hand. Not saying that I'm on the TG or Deke train, I'm just simply saying it's a different level of explosiveness when 30 has that rock versus 22. That's all. But I am not going as far as to what you guys have been on. So, yes, just for the record.
All we were saying is trading Najee for a first or second round pick.
Uh-huh.
What do you think of that?
Yeah. No comment.
You wouldn't do it?
I'm on my Giovanni. I'm Giovanni Bernard today. It's my fault. Whatever it was, it's me. Yep, I did it. Yep. You're right. It was me. 100%. Okay, that's how I feel about it.
No, but in all seriousness, I'm liking this dynamic a lot. This is probably the first game where it's come to full fruition, where you really felt the 1-2 punch of Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren,
absolutely,
and how they complement each other so good. So
absolutely,
I like the vibes with those two. Excited to see him for the rest of the weeks in this season, but also this could be something going forward, like heading into next year.
I would agree, man. Even though Q says he's still on the TG train, he's trying to roll with y'all and move on from Najee.
I'm not trying to.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
Not trying
you was on board.
He's our RB1.
Donald Copeland is with me. He says Naj was balling. So, yes, I agree. He was balling. And we're going to leave it at that. We're not moving him. We're not going to do any of this TG and Deke collab that they've been trying to push on us these past couple weeks. We're not entertaining that. Naj did what he was supposed to do. We just like 30 a little. The tandem. It's like they're Casey and JoJo. You know, it's Casey and JoJo. I don't want Casey by himself. I don't want they singers. You know, you heard of the song All My Life?
Sorry.
Oh, good. You know what? I got you. It is like, I was gonna say Ray Shremmerd. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like Slim Jimmy without Sway Lee. They're dope, but I like them both together. I don't want them by themselves. I want them together.
They had the whole trend, right?
Yes, absolutely. So that type of concept, then, you know what I mean? So it's like,
oh yeah, they got some good songs.
Yeah, but put them together, they dope as heck. Separate, it's like, all right, it's a vibe, but it ain't the same though. So that's kind of how I look at it.
Would you mind if the workload shifted a little bit?
I'm not tripping on. Sometimes I like a little more Sway Lee than Slim
60,
Jimmy.
70.
That's all. Sometimes it's like we listen to Migos.
No, I think we got a good thing going. Because that was probably what was that? Najee 60% maybe. Hold on, let me look.
No, Najee definitely was the bell cow. It was just.
It was. Oh yeah.
He was the bell cow. Yeah, Warren.
I wouldn't mind giving 4 or 5 of those to Warren though. See, getting it closer to 50-50.
No, to me, I look at it like this. I like Najee with the amount of touches he got yesterday. I would increase Jalen's touches, but in the past game, he only was throwing the ball one time.
Oh yeah.
I want more.
we saw what he did in the Ravens game.
I want 5 pass targets, 11 rush touches, like 15 to 20 touches, but I want 5 of them things definitely coming through the air, because to me, when he gets that ball in open field, man, he is such a hard player to tackle because of how explosive he is. And you can see, man, the surprise element. He'll even try to jump over you at times. I was a little surprised that he made it over him, but still, it's like, he been hanging with Najee, so I get it. But, he's just a tough guy to tackle in open field because of his explosiveness. So, yeah, man, I wanted to see him get more touches that way versus just the traditional handing him off the ball in the backfield.
Goes to everything we talked about in the preseason, how you could utilize him. We didn't know about his hands just yet.
Correct.
It seemed like it was always good in the preseason, but he's been showing it more and more as the regular season's gone on. He could be like one of those Patriot running backs for us. Yeah, it goes hand in hand with getting him like 5 or 6 touches.
Between a Rex Burkhead, a Giovanni Bernard, when you think of,
I'd say Dion Lewis or like a Shane Vereen,
even a Sproles, he's very similar to him.
Yeah.
I think that because you think every once in a while they hand that ball at the Sproles. He had that type of game too. Yeah, but what's the cat that's in LA right now with the Chargers?
Akers.
No. With the Chargers.
Oh, my bad. Eckler.
Yep. Another similar type of style like that. So, yeah.
All right, next one. Hold on. Let me see here. I'm all over the place.
Are you good, man? You good?
No, that's not it. Hold on.
Oh, I think I got...
Nope, we got it.
Oh, you got it?
Jake Malesio. We took over the stadium. Canada called a great one.
I would agree with both, actually, man. we knew Carolina was Pittsburgh South. Anywho, so yeah, it was dope to see the stadium reflect that. And shout out to Sam Highsmith, Mr. Highsmith, Papa Highsmith. He was getting some TV time yesterday, man.
Got more airtime than the president would get.
Low key, he was like featured. I'm like, okay, I like it, but it's unballed, so that's what you need. Him and Larry Ogunjobi. Shout out to the homecoming boys, man.
Yeah.
So that was dope to see both of them dudes do that, man. But yeah, the stadium was took over, and yeah, I would agree, man. Canada definitely. He was on his A game yesterday, man. Not just with the timing in terms of which he called some of these plays, but even the schematics of it, protecting certain people, scheming up certain downfield plays and stuff like that. Like, I thought he definitely did his job at a high level yesterday, man. Agreed. And the scoreboard reflected it. 24 points. What was it? 3 for 3 in terms of touchdowns in the red zone. We've been talking about that. That's highly efficient.
A 21-play drive.
Still going into yesterday's game, they led the league in 10-plus play drives, but then put together another 4+ ones yesterday of 10-plus play drives with 12 of 16 on third down. Yeah. I would say that Matt Canada definitely found his groove yesterday, man, but this is what we've been talking about since the bye week, realistically, man. This is where we've really seen the uptick and it's reflected. That's why we won 4 of our last 6 because of that, man. We've been a lot more physical in the line of scrimmage, and the play calling has been a lot better, and the quarterback play has been a lot better, whether it's been Kenny Pickett or Mitch Trubisky. And I think that's been reflected in these games and why we're able to keep stringing these wins together. We just got to keep that thing rolling, baby. But I'm with you, man. Shout out to Canada on that one.
People still don't want to give him credit. Yeah. I'm posting positive messages out there about Canada and what's going on. First 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Boom. 21-play drive after the third quarter.
It's like,
dude calling the plays got to get some credit there, right?
All right.
The people now are saying, though, that are detractors of Canada, that it's just all the players.
The same players that people said Mitch sucked, the same ones that said we should fire and cut Deontay because he can't catch, the ones that said Dan Moore can't block, the ones that those people, right? Like, come on, man.
The players are playing, but everyone's doing better. Can we just say that? Like, Canada needs some credit for what this offense has been doing since the bye.
Like, seriously, dude.
If you look at certain offensive statistics, we're in the top 15 or top 10 since the bye. Rushing, total offense, points per game.
Mm-hmm. I would agree, man.
It's just we needed to punch it in the red zone more, and
I would agree.
We took care of that. That's like the next check. Now keep doing it, but
right, but
a step in the right direction.
We were 3 for 3 in the red zone last week. What was the criticism, man? We threw 3 turnovers. We threw 3 picks in the red zone. That cost us literally the game. We responded by having 3 rushing touchdowns in the red zone. We did not turn the ball over. We moved the ball on third down. We had explosive plays. We stayed on schedule in terms of having productive first down plays. Yeah. And scored 24 points. 24 points, man. Yeah. So.
I would say it could have been more, but wasn't really
we didn't need
the game flow for it because we wasted so much clock controlling the ball.
Yep. Bro, we out-snapped them by like 20 plays. It was like we had 68 snaps or 60-something snaps to their 40-something snaps. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Got off to a fast start, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's something we've been struggling
on both
with.
sides.
Yeah, both sides.
Both sides.
14 points on offense. And Panthers' first series.
3 and out.
3 and out.
Yep.
Show our physicality, how last week is hopefully an outlier in all the grand scheme of things.
And defensively, right? How many points did they give up again? 16.
Yeah.
16 points. It's like, man, that's what you want. Yeah.
What's funny about it is 3 of them were free due to Marcus Allen.
Shout out to Marcus.
And then the touchdown they had, I think that was the Panthers' second series, right? I still don't know if that's a catch, but we were playing.
Which one? No. You talking about the one with front pylon, right?
Yeah.
That was tight, though. It looked good.
I didn't think it was completed in the moment. They showed the replay. I thought it might have bobbled. There wasn't enough to overturn it. Yeah. But that was a third down conversion right there in the goal line. If we are making the Panthers have to work, because one of my criticisms was more like the secondary.
Easy touchdowns, yeah.
We were softening up. Well, just even throughout this game, it felt like we were pretty soft on the secondary. Darnold was able to pick us apart at times.
And I can tell you why.
But it probably was a scheme thing, because then every time they got into the red zone, we started to lock up. Yep. We focused a ton on stopping the run, which was the main focus going into
21 rushing
That's how it should have been.
Yeah, 21
this is a Panthers team that has been lauded for what they've been doing with Foreman and Hubbard.
120-something yards per game. That's been the recipe for success for them in their previous 6 games. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just feel like we played it really good. The game plan going in and the execution. Yeah. There's really not too much to complain about from this game, in my opinion, outside of these stupid penalties.
Yeah. Yeah, the penalties, man, we could obviously be better on.
Second, and like I said, secondary. But like you said, and probably will point out, it probably was a little scheme-related.
Yeah, so
it looked like we were playing a little soft.
Let's tap into that. So in terms of the secondary, they played a lot of cover 3 and cover 1 specifically. They didn't do as much Tampa 2 this week, but the reason behind that was this. They knew that Carolina wanted to run the ball. You watch their personnel groupings, they played out of big body personnel groupings. So we reflected that with a 3 safety setup. But we played a ton of cover 3, and we would walk Terrell Edmonds down into the box. And that's why you could really see his tackling and his ability versus the run. And that's why we were able to hold them to 21 yards because of that approach right there. We wanted to make sure that they didn't have the physical advantage or the schematic advantage in the run game. So the flip side was you're going to have soft spots when you're playing cover 3 in terms of the deep in breaking routes or versus 4 verticals, which was highlighted on the broadcast. Those are the weaknesses of cover 3. You live with it. You say tackle the catch. When they went cover 1 for Carolina, they responded with leverage beaters. So if Levi Wallace has outside leverage and he's playing off, Terrace Marshall was just going to run away from that coverage, and Darnold is just trying to throw it across the field to him. That's what you live with in those scenarios. But when you get into the red zone and the field gets condensed, now you can do a little bit more. Now you can switch up and play a cover 4, and that offense is going to be able to tell the difference because you don't have the depth. So even though I got 4 safeties and we're playing a legit zone, man, it could look like cover 3 pre-snap. It could just look chaotic. And that's some of the stuff in terms of why it was a lot tougher for them to execute in the red zone. And that's why even for us at times it's tougher to execute in the red zone, because you can do some of those things when the field gets condensed. But that was the big thing in terms of why they were having some of those success throwing the ball. The touchdown that they hit on on Pierre, like just eyes in the backfield.
Oh no, that wasn't.
It wasn't just the deep throw,
right.
The deep throw. But it was really just eyes in the backfield. They were doing their disguise like they always do. The disguise game between Minka, Edmonds, and Cam Sutton is just filthy. They've been doing this all season, but they're doing their exotic disguises and stuff like that. Pierre, I don't know why, he's just staring in the backfield, man, as cats running right by him. And it's like, dude, you the deep third right there. You have got to run with that. I don't know what he was looking, but hey, great effort after he caught the ball. He chased him down and was in on the tackle, obviously. But yeah. But that's a part of, like I said, for the coverage, that was why it was looking how it looked at times. But that was by design, because we were not going to allow Deontay Foreman. I don't know if you heard it again yesterday.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely was called. I was like, yo, that's the name. That was it.
Well, he could be wrong on that, too, because he was botching up names all over the place.
Donald Trubisky. We had Donald Trubisky lead a drive for us yesterday. I don't know if you realized that. Donald Trubisky, bro, he was cooking out there at times, man. But, yeah. So that was the whole thing, though. We were not going to allow them to run that ball on us between Chuba Hubbard and Deontay Foreman. We weren't going to allow that. We were going to make Sam Darnold have to beat us. And as we said, Sam is a top pick. He can do certain things. He can make some throws, but his consistency isn't there. And that showed yesterday as well, man.
Love the breakdown.
Man, I try to do what I can.
Makes sense, because that was probably my one big criticism outside of the penalties. It wasn't even a criticism, because it did feel like, as I'm watching the game, they're doing this on purpose in a way. They're just going to lock up in the red zone, which what they did. And if the Panthers are able to score on that pylon-style touchdown on a third down,
you live with it.
Yeah, you live with it.
Yep.
Just focus on stopping the run, though. And
it's kind of like exactly when you saw teams playing the Chiefs a year ago and everybody started to do that. We're going to play 2 high safeties and just let you slow bleed us to death. If you beat us by executing 15, 20-play drives, then so be it. Same type of thought process, just we switched up our coverage element on it.
Next one. Come on, yeah. We should be 11-4 right now. #wildcard, #believe. Yep.
But that is why you've heard the optimism continuing to reign from over here each and every week, because it's like, we are capable. Team. We are capable of doing this. But as we've shown multiple times, when we don't do what we are supposed to do, when we turn the ball over, when we're highly penalized, when we don't play physical, when we're out of our gaps in terms of stopping the run, that's the difference. This week we were gap sound. This week, man, you watched Terrell Edmonds, man. Last week I'm looking at plays where LBs, safeties, and D linemen were not consistently in their gaps, and those were why we had the explosive runs given up, and we gave up over 200 yards on the ground. This week, every time where we should have had a guy out of his gap, he wasn't, because it was Terrell Edmonds, and he was making every one-on-one tackle in the hole for a 2-yard gain, or sometimes a 0 or a loss, versus last week when those guys were out of their gaps and those were hitting for 15, for 20 and stuff like that, or for 40 on the one from J.K. Dobbins. So, like I said, man, this week it was just a lot better there, but I have to say it started up front, man. Larry Ogunjobi, I thought he played the best game since he's been here in Pittsburgh, man. The first snap, you could just see his demeanor. You could see that he was not going to allow them to be more physical. They were not going to allow them to run the ball. Between Larry Ogunjobi, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward, and TJ Watt, they really controlled the line of scrimmage in the run game. And then also when it went to passing situations, we saw those guys, all of them winning as well, man.
Yeah, these announcers were idiots, because even though Highsmith and TJ didn't get a sack immediately in the first or second quarter, I'm going to see these announcers saying like, oh, TJ and Highsmith, they've been real quiet today. They haven't been doing anything.
Bro,
Can you not see they are literally right next to Darnold as he's throwing these passes? And then finally in the second half, they were able to get some numbers. Like, what are they talking about? They were definitely making an impact. Darnold had to get it out sooner than he wanted to.
Yes, they were. And shout out to Leonard Gilliam. I low-key forgot, but I'm glad you brought it back up. Even Edmonds getting the pancake on the lineman. Yeah, that was beautiful to see as well. Now, I know my offensive lineman people, y'all don't want to give him credit because, yes, his feet, the offensive lineman did trip. I'm with you. They got tangled up. But as a defender, we do not care. Edmonds got him one. Pancake. Pour a little syrup on that thing. Yeah, shout out to us defenders, man. We pancake boys too.
So with Edmonds, I got a lot of questions about the inside linebackers right now.
Oh yeah. Because to me, Edmonds showed yesterday he'll be a perfect.
I was gonna say, what does that mean going forward? Because you're talking about it not happening in the Ravens game, not being able to fill the gaps, and then we put Edmonds in that role, and it's working.
So let's talk about it, because we're about to combine the two, but there were two very distinctly different things. Last week, man, we tried to stay still with our 3-4. This week, man, we were treating it more like a 4-3, and that's why Edmonds was the free defender. We don't operate out of a 4-3 traditionally. So if Edmonds plays LB in our defense, he's uncovered, which means he has to take on linemen and stack, two-hand punch, get him off of him. I don't like him in that at all. If he's in a 4-3, think Philadelphia Eagles. I think he's amazing as a will linebacker. I think that he would kill it because he could cover any tight end you want. He can cover any running back. Any hole when you're talking run gap, I've seen him fill A, B, C, set the edge, spill a block, hat and hands it. But as a will linebacker, you don't have to do that every time. It's situationally. I think he would be an amazing will linebacker, the type you pay $50 million to personally. But we know he's a safety. And even though he said that he is open to it, that still is a big change in terms of going from safety to LB. But he should consider it, just in the sense of when you're talking about getting ready for free agency, whether you stay here in Pittsburgh or hit the open market, when you're talking about the dollar amount, man, they might not look at you as a top tier safety, because we think about how people talk about him here as a safety. But I'm not going to be able to find will linebackers that can do what he could do in terms of his coverage ability, his physicality, his smarts. Like, he can play, he can do all of that. So, yeah, to me, I would be like, yo, man, what's up with this will linebacker action, man? Go take you a 1 year somewhere and go ahead and show them that you could do that, and then spin the block and hit them for 50, because that's what they pay. That's what they pay you, because you got that type of ability. The same way Jamal Adams. Think about him. In the nation, man, he is a will linebacker. That's what he is. He's J-O-K, essentially, bro. I'm like, man, you can get that same.
Not as good.
I would agree. And I think Edmonds could do that way better. I do.
In a JOK fashion.
I do.
They got the same body type and everything.
I do. I promise I do. But like I said, that's a big ass. That's like, yo, you're talking about changing everything that you've been doing, however long you've been playing safety, collegiately and stuff like that. And now you're in this room full time. You got to really be about that.
Could be a perfect fit for us and him. Just like you said, depends on what he wants and what the Steelers are looking for. But sticking with this topic, Mark Robinson.
Oh, yeah, it's plays, man. Was it? I think it was 6-7 plays, man. Yeah, flew around. Nope. I guess no tackles, but I did like his instincts though.
He
man.
blew up like a 300-pound lineman or something when he's trying to come out and make the block.
Yeah. We doing that?
What?
I'm
just saying, could he get some time?
He did get some time.
Going forward.
He got time. Okay. I didn't know that was enough. That
it's not
I'm just
big time minutes or anything. It's just if we're seeing stuff like we were against the Ravens.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And dudes aren't
okay.
shooting gaps and we're not stopping the run. Get this guy out there because he's not afraid of anything.
True. I see what you're saying in that capacity.
Just have him out there, just as a safety valve in case things are starting to get leaky in our run defense.
Okay.
6-7 play, like honestly, like that Panthers game for the rest of the season. At least have him active and ready to go.
All right. I mean, because obviously that was because no Miles Jack.
I know.
So who plays you cut? It can't be 41. That's all I'm saying. So go ahead and say it.
Ooh. I'm trying to find someone that doesn't play because Devin Bush actually played good yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. So when Miles Jack is back,
and Devin Bush right now, obviously I don't think he's as aggressive as Mark Robinson, but he's just a more refined linebacker.
I'm just saying when you talk physicality, that's been the knock on 5'5". When we talked last week, that wasn't a 41. That wasn't a 51. That was a 5'5" in certain elements.
He was good.
So that's. But I'm saying in terms of versus Baltimore, some of the issues still were with that part, the lack of physicality in his game in certain elements.
It wasn't. You're right. It wasn't against Carolina because he was making some nice plays.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like which one of them dudes were we pulling off?
I don't know. I'd have to.
Because it's like I for me personally, I look at it like this. It's like, man, I like the fact that you came out and you blew up the fullback and you did your job. Good. Whenever you get another opportunity, repeat process. But eventually, I want you to make a tackle. I want that type of productivity, because otherwise, it's like, all right, cool. You're great at blowing up stuff, but give me the productivity along with it. I'm with you as long as that keeps happening like that. Yeah, but my whole thing is in season. What is like? Who are we gonna pull off? And while you're doing that, obviously, as we say, the more you expand his role, the more chance you have. And obviously at this stage in the career, it's a little bit different in terms of what we might be viewing. But just in the sense of assignments. Last week, the reason why the run game looked the way that it did was lack of details in the assignments. And that's with the guys that have been out there for the whole season. So that's just what you potentially run the risk of dealing with the more you expand them. But like I said, I like what he brings to the game. I'm just trying to see that. I didn't know it was going to be that conversation today of, hey, man, we need more of it.
I just want to have him in our back pocket.
Yeah.
Maybe give him 6 or 7 plays like he did yesterday.
Okay.
I just don't want performances like we were seeing against the Ravens.
I'm with you on that.
Where we're getting
I'm absolutely with you
in the
on
run
that.
game.
I'm 100% with you, man.
And from what I see with Robinson, he's fearless and will go tackle anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't give a shit.
No, and we saw that even in the preseason. Like, he definitely will go see ball, hit ball. He'll definitely do that. But it's just one of them things where it's like, man, it's a difference when you're talking about a super small 7 plays. And it's like, hey, man, you're just going ahead to do this. This is control. Like, you only get a couple of different things out of this formation. We're putting you in because this
which would have been perfect against the Ravens though, with their third string quarterback because we knew they were just running the ball.
It would have. It would have. But also schemes are different. Baltimore scheme is a lot more predicated on you having to be gap sound, whereas this week, man, we know we reading the triangle. My fullbacks or my guards telling me. So that's the only thing. Like I said, but I hope Mark, man, can develop that thing and get it going because we can see the passion, you can see the athletic ability. It's just, like I said, it's just a lot of details that go into playing that linebacker position. And when you're wrong, when you're off, it can be catastrophic to the defense. You saw just the one time Robert Spillane missed a tackle. What did it result? Think about what did it
that
result
was my
in?
next question. Where you at?
And what did it result in it? And what did it result in it? No, because the rest of the game,
45-yard catch.
The rest of the game he did exactly what he's supposed to. He tackled every catch he was supposed to. On that one, I'm laughing. I'm like, man, this is where if you're Spillane, you're pissed off with your rush. You said Darnold looked left, he looked right, and then he came back to that daggone check down, and that was just.
It looked like it was supposed to just be a button hook, but
yeah,
you're right,
because he
so
had
much time,
room.
he was
Absolutely,
able to go over to the right.
And that's if you're Spillane, you like, bro, I had him covered. If he has to get this ball out on time, I'm tackling this catch. But he literally has time to scan left, scan right, and now this dude then gave me the button hook, fake here, and now he's bursting away. And now you see the athletic ability deficiency for Spillane, and that's why Chuba is able to outrun him and get the pickup. But then you look at any other pass plays that were in the same little area when it came out on time, who's making the tackle? Spillane. Spillane coming right down on anything, whether it was tight ends, running backs, shoot, even a receiver a couple of times, because that's what he does. That's why they trust him in that role. But that's when I seen Spillane, I'm like, yep, Spillane, that's your weakness. You cannot be the guy that can cover 5, 6, 7. You ain't got
and
that.
And with
in
that
you.
being his weakness, that
yeah,
what comes after is a highlight play typically, and it looks bad.
Yeah, that's it. And it just adds on. So it's like, oh man, Spillane sucks, and it's like, dude, he led the team in tackles. You cut the tape on. That's the only play. And we just broke down why that play even happened for him. Now, if I'm coaching it up, I would say Spillane, I know you were initially in position. I know initially you did right by touching him, and then you put your eyes in the backfield. What I would say is, as the play is continuing on, don't lose your work. You're in man-to-man coverage. Your eyes need to be on your receiver. You looked in the backfield at that quarterback, your receiver moved, you no longer were in contact with him. That's the difference. But that's the coaching point that you give to him, because other than that, it's like, bro, you're not going to be more athletic than him. But if you're not looking at Darnold and you're actually keeping your eyes on Chuba when he's starting to drift, you'll be drifting with him. And now instead of it being you miss a shoestring tackle, now you're actually wrapping him up and driving him to the ground. That's why I would coach it up. And if you're Flores, I'm sure he's doing the exact same thing.
Was that the worst Spillane play of the season?
I would agree. Yeah, I think so.
That's not a bad thing, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, he still was in position and everything was good. It was just keep your eyes on your work. And at the same time, for my rush people, man, don't let him do all that. Don't let Darnold look left, look right, then come back here. Like, come on.
I think this whole linebacker conversation and Mark Robinson would be a little different if Devin Bush came out and wasn't playing good. But
yeah,
he showed
because
physicality.
he's playing well, yeah.
So I was impressed with what he was doing. If Miles Jack is ready, I'm sure it's just going right back to status quo.
No.
But again, I still wouldn't mind seeing Mark Robinson out there for a few plays.
No, I do want Mark to continue growing and developing, because as we said in the preseason, remember, it was a point in the preseason where I was up here talking about, man, maybe you need to give him the opportunity over 5-5. I remember saying that
just to send
after the Jacksonville game. I remember I was like, yo, man, I'm tired of it. Like, oh, let's go to him. But since then, man, Devin has been playing well this season. Even though he still has his deficiencies as well, I think that he's been playing really well. So when you talk about having a 3-headed monster at inside linebacker and all 3 guys have been playing well, all 3 guys have been producing, to me, I'm just like, man, I'm not about to get crazy trying to see what I have in this 4th guy when I know these 3 guys have not been the reason why we've, not been winning the way that we
just had a bad
game
against the Ravens.
Right.
Gorilla mode. Canada was out there playing Madden. In real life, it was clear the offense's effectiveness was frustrating Carolina. Nobody gonna want to play this team if they run with that physicality and dominance at times.
Yeah, that's the cheat code right there, man. When you're able to set the tone on the ground running the ball, but then have a guy like Deontay who's winning the one-on-ones, then have a guy like George Pickens who can flip the field. I mean, we did all this without even targeting Pat Freiermuth. Just think about that. Like, that, to me, man, you can see how difficult this offense can be, and it can still be a lot better. That's the other part. That's the beautiful part with this thing, man. But yeah, it's a good situation we got going on right now.
Couldn't believe Carolina didn't want to put J.C. Horn on Deontay, but I guess they're thinking,
that was their thought. Yep.
If we put this dude that Deontay's cooking over on Pickens, they're just going to lob it up to Pickens every time.
So literally that, and look, You look at the George Pickens deep pass was on, I forget, was it Taylor, whatever his last name.
Was it 28?
It was 28.
28, whoever that 28. Was getting cooked.
Let me pull him up. What was his name? It was something Taylor. Was it Keith Taylor? That's who it was, 28. I was looking at the depth chart. I'm like, bro, I don't even see him, but he was the victim. He was the guy that they was targeting. Deontay, it's like, okay, they gonna keep putting them over here. Just keep firing them up. Keep firing them up. Yeah.
I said this earlier today. I don't know if you agree with me or not. I feel like that was the Deontay game.
No, it was.
Deontay's best game of his career.
It was. 10 targets, 10 catches, 98 yards. I wanted him to get a touchdown. I needed a gritty from him so bad.
The one he got the taunting for, I feel like he could have stayed up and maybe reached over the end zone.
I didn't think he was that close to the end zone. I thought
he wasn't. He would have. Yeah,
he would have had to make another. If he breaks that last tackle, I think he gets in.
He would have had to kept his balance a little bit more. And I thought he gave up. Not in a bad way. Anthony here, he got the first down. He got what we needed,
bro. But he went crazy to even get it. Like you see it, bro. He catches
That's the gift and the curse with
he
Deontay.
Catches it. It's backwards. It's like, yo, it's 3rd and 6. You got 3 yards, and he makes 3 guys miss in a like a 2-yard box. Picks up the first, but then he's like, yo, I got to let you know I did it. Turns around and, goes pecker to pecker with him. Like, hey, man, just know it's me. And I'm like, dude, I love it. I can't.
That's
I hate it, but I love it.
I'm
like, I get why you're calling it because they're trying. Remember that's their whole initiative. They don't want
Those are the new rules.
Yeah, they don't want the direct taunting. So it's like, yes, you were in violation, but I 100% understood it. And I even thought that Coach Tomlin did a good job of communicating that with him. You saw after that penalty, it was another situation where he caught the ball on a DB. I think it was a series or 2 later, and he's about to go at that DB doing the same thing. And Coach T kind of grabs and takes him off to the side. To me, man, I loved it because it shows his passion. It shows that he does hear the criticism. He does. How many times Deontay drops in, all this other nonsense, right? Oh, he can't cut Deontay, right? And all the other stuff. And you can see how pissed off he played yesterday. But that's the version that when he plays like that, he's worth $18 million and then some. When he plays like that, that is a number 1 receiver. You saw that. It didn't matter what defense they implemented. You can't guard that when it's playing like that because his short area quickness is too elite. And he can catch, as we saw yesterday as well. And when he's actually focusing on his fundamentals, that's what he's capable of. It's just the consistency part. But that was a beautiful performance by him, man. I thought his toughness was on display. I just thought that he played pissed off. He played like Steve Smith yesterday. When I was watching, that's all I kept thinking. I'm like, bro, this is how Steve Smith used to be out here. Steve Smith catch a 5-yard pass. He get up pissed off that you tackled him. He catch a 10-yard pass. He getting up first down. Big boy, what's happening? And if you come over here and try to guard me, I might spit on you. Like, that's his energy. And I loved it. And I just thought Deontay played with that, man. And at times you got to play like that, man. So for him, man, nah, big time salute to that man.
Did he ever drop in the Ravens game?
I don't know.
Back-to-back games, no drops?
I don't think he did. Yeah, I don't think he did.
How about the one, it was later in the game, 3rd and 14, when he caught that slant across the middle, did the spin move? I'm like, no, dude, you have the first down so easily.
Yeah.
Why are you doing the stutter step spin move?
Don't you do it.
But then he was just on the money with his decisions yesterday.
Bro, every time he went to
all of his little backwards jukes and stuff, he hit 100%.
He hit you with the I'm like, oh, it works this week. Oh. Yeah. I liked it, man. I liked it a lot.
But one of the reasons I think this was his best game, even though statistically he's had better ones, over 100 yards, multiple touchdowns.
Right.
I feel like with all those games, those were more Ben games. Ben carried the offense. You know what I mean? It's more attributed to Ben.
In the sense of, yeah. You're right.
Ben carrying the team, Ben leading the comeback,
that's how they always spin it. Very true.
Whereas this was just Deontay constantly getting open. Like he kept the feature.
The chains alive.
Focus. They couldn't stop him.
He kept the chains alive, man.
Whereas even with, and here's my other point too, with those other Deontay games, I'm sure if you look back at the box scores and stuff, another receiver is also having a good game too.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why, man, I think 10 for 10 with the catches, no drops, and even with the other Deontay big games, if you go back in time, sometimes those were sprinkled in with a drop or two as well, just because he was getting so many targets. One would slip or two would slip, but he would come back. And that's what we do like about Deontay, kind of that mental toughness and that attitude that you were talking about that was on display this game. But I hope we see more of this going forward because you're right. This is wide receiver number 1 material.
Yeah. And it was just, like I said, it was just good to see, man. And regardless of how anybody interpreted his comments about Mason Rudolph earlier in the week as if that meant he didn't like Mitch or however people wanted to spin all that.
Right now.
However people wanted to spin it, however they wanted to spin it, I think this just shows that it's not always what people try to make it out to be. Okay, sometimes it's just, man, competitors talking, and after that, we get back on the same train because we all trying to do the same thing, and that's win and make a ton of money, man. So, yeah, it was just good to see that, man. It was good to see it.
Carla and the Fat Cats. Shout out from the 312. Now I still have to hear about Claypool. LOL.
Oh,
33rd pick right now.
Yeah.
I think they've lost every game
since the trade. Yeah,
and we're 4-2.
I think my man Vince tweeted out Omar Khan, the Khan man, or something like that. Any man Khan, get it? Yeah, man. They look like they got swindled right there, man.
Andy was hurt this last game. Like, he didn't even play.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Does he have 100 yards? He might have
Total?
less than 150 yards
like,
for
total.
them right now.
Yeah.
He says, Carlin the Fat Cast continues to go on. Mad shout out to you guys. Let's welcome Joey Porter Jr. at starting corner.
Yeah, I think they said he did he declare? I don't know if he officially declared just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking this today because I saw J.J. Watt do the T.J. Watt kick.
Oh,
so that makes me think.
It's confirmed?
Yeah, it's
confirmed?
getting there. It's getting there.
Right.
I still do think J.J. is going to play here in 2023.
Okay.
I think Tomlin loves this type of stuff, though.
You know he does.
He wants JJ. I'm sure he really wants Joey Porter Jr.
He went and got Trey Edmonds to go with Terrell Edmonds, man. He went and got Derek Watt to go with TJ Watt. He went and got Carlos Williams to go with Vince Williams, man. If there's a pair to be found, if there's a triplet to be found, he's going to get them. He's going to leave no stone unturned. So do not be surprised when both JJ Watt and Joey Porter Jr. are representatives of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And when we roll out, you know what they're going to say on the first primetime game? Oh, there's just another set of brothers out here, man. This Tomlin guy, man, this Steelers organization, man, they do a great job. I tell you, man, you believe this right here? Look, this is the fifth set of twins, sixth set of brothers that's what they do, man. That's what they do.
You said before,
or if your daddy
likes,
playing the league.
He likes
pedigree.
Right,
Yeah.
just people that are familiar with the NFL and what to expect.
Because it's different, man. It's unlike anything I've been around. I think that's why a lot of the people that have come before me, the thing they always told me, they said they compared it to like the military and stuff because it's just very different in the approach, the training, the mentality, the camaraderie. And it's just one of them things where not a lot of people can fully understand it. So when you talk about the pedigree, just being around the game, I think of like even my son G. I'm like, bro, it's certain things that you know at 7 because I'm telling you this stuff that the average 7-year-old is not going to have a clue about because they're not hearing these type of conversations. But that's the pedigree stuff. So it's like I get it, but I still hated on it because I ain't had no pedigree until when I was coming out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, my daddy in the Marines, they ain't no pedigree. No, that don't count. I'm like, man, they got to count for something. My mama, she was, you know what I'm saying? She was a preacher. That don't count for something. Come on, man. Yeah.
Good character guy right there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Toughness. It worked out. Crazy. Psycho. You know, about that life. All that good stuff. Yeah. Simplify.
Joe Gerbis. I'm going to Saturday's game, my first Steeler game, and in PA, but 940, but I guess he's from 940 Dallas.
Okay.
But out of Oklahoma.
Oh,
and I love the show. Master Moats and Dr. Deke. Shout out Trina.
There it is. Got to shout out Trina. You know that. Got to shout out Trina.
Of course.
And shout out to you, Joe. We appreciate you, man.
Steely Dawn. Love Ogun. Lock him up long term.
Larry Ogun, Joe B. Yeah, we saw him in the homecoming game yesterday. Shout out to them Charlotte Balls getting after it, man. Yeah, I'm with you, man. He definitely, don't allow him to go to Baltimore because we know that's where he's going to go if he leaves the Pittsburgh Steelers. Calais Campbell's going to retire, and then they're going to give Larry Ogunjobi $40 to $50 million to go over there and wreak havoc. So let's not. We don't need to see Larry.
There's no way they're going to be able to afford that. They cannot.
All right,
Lamar Jackson contract, Roquan Smith.
All I'm saying,
they can't pull this off.
There's a reason why Larry he's been to Cleveland, he's been to Cincinnati, he's been to Pittsburgh. There's a certain familiarity that all these coaches and general managers have with this gentleman.
He wants to pull off the AFC North.
Okay, it worked for Debo. It worked for Debo. That's all I'm saying. The only one he didn't get was Cleveland. But everything else he was on the money with. So, yeah. I just think that Larry's one of them dudes. Go ahead and take care of business, man. You know what he's capable of. And just think about this. He still didn't have a full offseason because he was hurt.
He's still injured.
With the foot injury. Absolutely.
He's always popping up with
the toe injury. We talk about how he doesn't practice typically on Wednesdays. And then it'd be Thursday. And we're like, oh, he's still limited. Who knows?
At this point, we're just like, he's playing.
But wait a minute, though. Miles Jack didn't play this week. And we looked at him kind of the same way. This is the second time it's gonna happen now.
I know.
Second
Can't
time it's gonna
trust
happen.
Miles,
Can't
but
do it.
Ogunjobi,
Nope.
he's always in.
Yeah, Ogunjobi has definitely always been in. Miles Jack, he's officially in. That when you say listed as doubtful or questionable, I'm gonna look at you as questionable, man.
Yeah, Jack got upgraded to questionable the day before the game too. I'm like, all right, he's definitely gonna play then.
Yeah.
But then pulled a Houdini on me.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's craziness, man. But yeah, Larry Ogunjobi, man, I think that he's definitely worth the price. The productivity is there. Age-wise, he's still in a good spot. You can see now that he's a lot more healthy than he was earlier in the season, conditioning a lot better than earlier in the season, the productivity and what he's actually capable of versus the run and the pass. Yeah, I think that he's one of them dudes that you take care of, man.
Q. I'm still trying to figure out why the coach just didn't kick a field goal instead of faking the QB sneak, calling a timeout, then proceeding to QB sneak.
Make it make sense. Bro, it was just like bad decision after bad decision. Like you said, perfect storm. Every bad thing that could happen was happening. You're not sustaining. You're getting them up, giving up explosive plays, make dumb decisions like this. Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Farron Bradford. Have you guys seen enough potential from MC to believe he will maximize the talent on offense?
I think that I'm willing to see what it looks like potentially next year, but it still has to continue forward. This is 6 games now that we can really say that, man, this dude has put together some really impressive performances, right, from a coaching standpoint. But I still remember the first half of the season, so I still want to see this continue on, and then you ride that momentum. Not saying that it has to be perfect, but I don't want to see it. Think about how last week defensively versus the Ravens, we could noticeably see that was a hiccup. That was a major fallback. We haven't really experienced that with this offense since the bye week. Think about it. Even when we lost to Baltimore, the 3 picks, it's like, man, we still were moving the ball and everything looked good. It was just 3 bad decisions by the quarterback. We haven't really seen a bad performance just yet. Knock on wood. We don't need any of that to pop up. But I think if we get 3 more that continue on this trajectory, yeah, I'll be willing to see him come back next year. And the beauty of how the Steelers do their assistant coaches contracts is 1-year deals. So you don't necessarily have to marry it in the sense of, man, let's give him a multi-year deal. Nah, just give him another 1 year and see if it continues on. And if it's continuing along with Kenny's development, because those two are paired together. That's the other part of this thing. It's not all right, man, we're going to keep rolling with Matt Canada, but Kenny's just not looking good right now. Nah, I think those two dudes are kind of joined at the hip. Kenny got to keep progressing for you to stick with Canada, because if you're going to switch on from Kenny, then yeah, what's the point of sticking with this when you're going to more than likely want to find something that's going to match whatever quarterback you're bringing in. So, that's kind of how I look at it, though.
Right now, he's got the thumbs up from me. Yeah. You're right. We got 3 more games left, and I'm assuming it's going to continue like this. And I think, if anything, he's given himself leeway of a potential little hiccup. As long as 2 of these 3 games are net positive in the offense's direction, like in terms of just how we're moving the ball and putting up points and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think he's been doing good, dude. And I think Kenny likes him. I just don't know if there's really a reason to move on right now.
Yeah, like I said, I would agree, man. I would. Let's pay a bill real quick on the front end before it gets too in-depth today. All righty. Because as y'all see, it's a logo in the corner, baby. That corner says DraftKings Sportsbook. America's top-rated sportsbooking app. And, ladies and gentlemen, they are the best in the business, man, in terms of same-game parlays, in terms of just being able to make a player prop bet, things like that. Having the flexibility to get paid on time. Who doesn't want to get paid on time? And at the same time, man, just being able to have versatility to look and just combine, whether it's, like I said, the same game parlay or multiple game parlays, just anything that you're looking for. This is a beautiful site, and that's
player
why we
props.
do. That's the one. I was like, yo, what's the other one? The player prop one. Shout out to my dog Deke as well.
Futures.
You can't
want
go
to
wrong
bet
with
on
the futures
the MVP
either, man.
award, offensive player of the year, all that stuff.
And more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, we got the promo code, and that promo code is Moats. So when you download the app and you make your first wager, when you put in as simple as $5 and use the promo code Moats, you will receive $200 in free bets instantly. That's what we call DraftKings deposit bonus money right there. Who doesn't love a little deposit bonus money? It's a good situation. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But we also understand that at times, man, You could overdo it. You could definitely overdo it. I've overdone it at times, Deke. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Sometimes I get a little chaotic, man. And when that happens, that's what we like to call maybe a gambling problem. Or maybe that person might be in a crisis and they need some counseling. Or maybe they just simply need referral services. And if that person lives in New York, which I'm very fond of that part of the country, New York, it's a number up there that you can call or text. But if you're located anywhere else, the number you should dial is 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. I said you better. 1-800. Gambler. Gambler. I said you better call him. I said gambler. Oh, call the gambler. 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-GAMBLER. And I'm back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Micah Hemp saying you might owe him some money or new speakers because you blew out the speakers of his truck.
Oh, is that fire? It was that. Sometimes, bro, it's so hot like that, man. It just happens, bro. It get real like that, man. When that screen go black, it's like when Renegade pop up in the stadium. When that screen go black, everybody know what time it is. When that draft came, when it's they know what it is, man. They know what it is. Shout out to the homie Kel. That boy good. I appreciate you, man.
Rod Dollars, I've grown to love this promo. LOL. Leah Warren, didn't turn it down enough. My ear.
She said not enough. It was just too hot for him, man. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to turn it up. That's like when Lil Wayne, when he in his mixtape, Lil Wayne, you hear that lighter flick, that it's like, oh, you know it's finna be something crazy. Yeah, man. Or when you just hear push seat, you just know. It's like, all right, bro, he about to give you something crazy. So, yeah, man.
The new Renegade.
That's what it felt like.
Micah Hemp says.
That's what it feels like, bro. When that screen turns black and you see that, gambling problem. Crisis counseling, you like, oh, it's turn up time. You know what time it is. Oh, mama. They start saying 1-800-GAMBLER. That's how it happens, man. And then we go to church.
Yeah. Hold on. This one was interesting.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike. Mike and him, he call me Luther. Luther Moats. I gotta get a little Luther in there.
Yeah, Donald Copeland.
That's
said
definitely the Luther.
That might have been the worst one, bro.
Yeah. Luther Van Moats. Mike
Hood says waiting on the preacher to step up.
You know, you saw it. I said it. You know, something every once in a while, man.
I like to think me and you are just preaching good takes and
that's
good football knowledge out here.
This is what we bring to the congregation. That's what we do, man. You know? So I like it, man. I like it.
Back to the super chat.
Let's get after it, man.
Let's Momentum says, what's good, guys? Off work. Victory Monday.
Hey, Victory. Love that.
Also says Ambition Live at Rivers this Friday.
Come on, man. Don't miss them. Don't miss them, ladies and gents.
We got a 50 burger here. Do we want to prioritize that?
Yeah. Since when don't we? Shout out to the coaches of coaches. Who was the 50 burger from? Is it? Oh, let me see. I ain't even peep.
828 Style.
Shout out to 828 Style. He been in his bag lately too, man. He been in since that it's that my cleats my cause time. Ever since that popped up, he been in the lab, but he been up here with us too, man. So salute you, 828 Style, and all from the heart, man. We do appreciate you.
Says late to the show. Had to take some customs for Miami Marlins.
Oh, okay.
To UPS.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
He's just dropping some humble brags now.
I like it, man. And I'm still sure. I'm going to tap in. Trust me. I'm just trying to think of which ones, or do I want to cop something new and then send to you. But, yeah, man, I like that, man. I like your swag, man. I like how you working, baby. Mm-hmm.
Then he also says, watching the game yesterday and seeing what is becoming, I couldn't help but think about what it would have been like if Seven would have had would have it a serious chance. I really believe it would have been a potent offense. Well, you're preaching to the choir right here, my friend.
Don't you get Deke started up. Please don't get Deke started up.
We're 6-8, 14 games. Yeah, we're at least 10-4 right now.
Don't you? Why'd you do that?
10-4. Pickens. Could you imagine the Big Ben to Pickens connection right now?
This is what you just did.
Obviously, Deontay is going to be cooking like he did yesterday because Ben's going to feed him. Muth. He's on the same trajectory, if not better.
See?
And the running game's probably around the same. Because O-line, huge step up from last year, in my opinion. And, yeah, with the Warren combination and Najee Harris and Big Ben at the helm, running would actually probably be better. But, yeah, I'm with him. Obviously, Ben clutches up in all these close games late. Nothing to worry about. Hell, they're probably not even close if he's in. To begin with.
Even better.
10-4. 10-4, at least. Maybe even 11-3.
What about how you feel about some of the pocket movement that we see now, like the play actions, the sprint outs and stuff?
It's not bad.
The QB sneak's been real productive this year too, man.
Almost undefeated.
I picked up 6 yesterday, bro. Just had a touchdown. Yeah.
Listen, Ben being back.
We don't need those plays?
No, well, just let him run the offense or give him a coordinator for him.
But we've been seeing Canada and his growth. You even said it yourself that you're on board with Canada even returning next year. He's grown on everyone.
I just don't know how that dynamic is between Canada and Ben.
Or maybe it's a scenario where you've seen 2 quarterbacks that have fully immersed themselves in the Canada offense. Maybe if 7 fully immerses himself in the Canada offense, he'd have those type
He did. I remember what Batch was tweeting last year.
I remember too. I just don't know if it, because like I look at Mitch and Kenny, I'm like, I don't think they better players than 7, unless you think they're better players than 7.
They're not.
Oh, so I'm just saying that, man.
Ben back.
Maybe they just
no doubt.
They just immersed themselves into the Canada offense, and that's why the productivity and the offense at times has been looking the way it has looked this year, man.
That's fine. They're different QBs than Ben because you did bring up the mobility. Ben's just not at that stage right now.
For sure.
Give him either let him run the offense completely. Don't even bring a coordinator out there, or bring him a guy that fits what he's doing, like what he's about with the lack of mobility, but can play to his strengths. It's not hard. Canada couldn't do it last year. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, man.
But and this is why I'm giving Canada credit. He's been able to make it work with Kenny and Mitch here, and just the new personnel that we got, and this young and growing offense.
With that style of quarterback, right? I'm sticking at 7. Then I'm thinking of like how Matt Ryan has looked at times. Then I'm thinking of like Tom Brady. How you feel about the Bucs yesterday too, man?
That wasn't a Brady problem. Brady looks fine.
Okay, I'm just checking with
you. That was stupid stuff that happened.
I ain't watched that game.
Really?
I didn't watch it at all.
It was 4 turnovers. Brady had 2 picks. One of them was as he was getting hit. I can't remember the other one exactly, but then the other 2 turnovers was a fumbled snap by Brady. And I don't know if I'm considering this a turnover or not, but this was one of the other game-flipping plays, was the Giovanni Bernard fake punt.
Yeah.
So there was like they were in the game for the most part.
What, dude? Because that was one of the ones that I won. Because since he was able to come back, at first I'm like, bro, I'm finna go over. That's when I was really like, I'm gonna go over this week. But then when they came back, it made me feel good.
Yeah, I caught the beginning and the end of it because I was a little bit more focused on the Raiders-Patriots game. But you could even hear at the end of the Bucs-Bengals, Romo was saying like, listen, if I'm the Bucs right now, I'm feeling really good about this because this is the most life and just identity I've seen in this team thus far, even though it didn't turn out well for you result-wise. Chalk that up to some of the fluky turnovers and stuff like that. You got to keep going with what you got right now. So, no, I mean, in terms of I guess you're bringing that up for quarterbacks, lack of mobility, how they're dealing in the current age.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think they can still hang.
Okay.
You just got to run the offense for them. Figure it out. Because their mind, their mentality, and what they can bring pre-snap is unbelievable.
No,
like a Brady or Ben.
I mean, mentally, you're not going to have a better mind than them. I'm with you on that.
And then if you still think they have the talent, and I still think Brady's got his arm. Is his mobility a little less than what it was maybe 5-10 years ago? Probably. And Ben, same way. But if you still think they got the arm, they just need protection now.
Yeah.
Protection in a running game.
Yeah. It's true.
You can win. Matt Ryan, he's washed. Matt Ryan's gone.
Yeah, he's
Rodgers still got it. I like in terms of Rodgers, he still got it. Now he's been more mobile than
who do I have
Ben
tonight?
and Brady in recent
years. Do I got
years.
Rodgers tonight or I got the Rams tonight?
No, I got Rodgers.
Okay, well then hope Rodgers don't got it tonight either. There we go.
That would take me 4. I'm 4-2, 5-2. That wouldn't hurt.
5-2
wouldn't
hurt.
Quick 3 games. This week.
I would like to go into tonight and me be 3-4. That's what I'm looking forward to. In Baker, I trust. Unfortunately.
Okay, we got a lot of new super chats rolling in here, but the one that we left off at skydiving heck. Am I right?
Hold on. AJ Martinez just spun the block with a 50 though.
Okay.
So I do want to make sure we address him. And he just simply says, for the culture, from the family, God bless Steeler family. Shout out to you, AJ, man. As always, you know we greatly appreciate you, man. You always be tapped in with us too, man. Big time salute. Big time.
Yeah, bro. Am I right, though? Skydiving heck? That's the last one? Okay. He says, is this O-line solid enough to go into 23 and beyond? And what do we think the biggest position of need is in terms of upgrade this offseason?
I still stand by. I want to bring in competition for Dan Moore. I want to bring in competition for Kevin Dotson. I do think this offensive line can be good enough, and I think they've shown it even yesterday at times. Derek Brown or even Brian Burns, Brian Burns is a really good player.
Burns was a no-show yesterday.
Yeah, for the majority of it, he had the one play where if I'm him, I'm definitely sending that play in. But yeah. The sack for Frankie Louvu, obviously that was caused by Brian Burns beating Chooks off the line of scrimmage, and that's what he is capable of. But I thought that both of them, in terms of Dan and Dotson, they are good enough, but I want to get more consistency from them, and that's why I want to bring in competition for them. Now, if you're Omar Khan, you get to determine what type of competition. Do you bring competition in where they are the favored side in this thing and you're bringing in later round draft picks or small scale free agent signings? That's one way to bring competition in. Or do you bring in legitimate competition where it's a little bit more of an upgraded free agent signing, James Daniel or a little bit less caliber, or you're drafting a guy a little bit earlier in the draft and stuff like that? I just want them to compete with somebody because Dan Moore hasn't had competition. You look at Kevin Dotson, his competition was Kendrick Green this year. He hasn't really had competition, so I want both of them dudes to just have somebody that pushes them. Very similar to how we've seen Chooks develop over the years, because he was battling Zach Banner for multiple years, and this is the first year where he doesn't have any competition, but he's essentially earned that, and that's why we paid him the way that we did. But that's kind of the approach that I would take, because I think from Mason Cole, James Daniels, and Chooks, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing there. I'm not going to say I love it just yet, but I really enjoy what I'm seeing from those three. I just need that left side to just be more consistent.
I'm with you. Left tackle. Yeah, if you want to bring some competition in for Dotson, fine, just so he can win it. I'm good with that. But, no, cornerback and offensive line. Those are my two main things going into this offseason.
Who would you say has been the weakest link on the offensive line?
It has been that left side. Depends on what game you want to talk about.
All right.
It has been that left side.
Why won't your boy out there again this week?
Who? What do you mean?
Who's your boy?
Dotson?
No, who the quarterback?
Pickett.
Oh.
Both games, huh?
Oh. Damn, why he do that?
You're right, I guess.
Hey, Dotson, it's all love, Dotson. I promise it is all love. You the homie. It's all love. I just had to do it. It's all love.
Dan Moore's misses haven't been felt as much as Dotson's.
We split in hairs. I had to go there. I'm sorry. Dotson, I know you could beat a cheater with your bare hands. I don't want any smoke. I promise. I'm a fan.
There's been a ripple effect with Dotson's misses. You're right.
It just hurts a little bit more
when
it's
with
been
you.
Dotson, man.
I think
it just
100%.
hurts a little bit more.
Does anyone disagree with that? Or top two is probably O-line and cornerback, no matter how you want to spin it. One way or another. That's what we got to address in the offseason.
Yeah.
And how we do it, it's
we got options.
It's a puzzle. Pieces to a puzzle. Do we want to get, like I said, Stephon Gilmore, if he gets cut by the Colts, we bring him in, and then maybe we draft the corner with that 33rd pick from the Bears.
But then
Bradbury?
Yeah,
they were saying something like that.
Because
he's on a one-year deal.
Yeah, it was an article I was reading. I actually posted a little reaction vid to it where they were basically saying that for the Eagles, man, one of their top targets for the free agency should be Cam Sutton. because his price tag and what he brings to the table, his productivity, consistency, and with a James Bradbury in terms of what he was making out there and him on a 1 year about to leave, they're like, yeah, you bring in Sutton in here, you're getting him for a little bit cheaper, but there's still a dude that can really get after it. And I'm like, well, dang.
First, I think we got to bring Sutton back.
Like, I would like for us to retain Sutton, but then I'm like, if I were to lose Sutton, would I want a James Bradbury instead of a Sutton? How would you feel?
Something.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, man, but I don't necessarily know if I want to lose Sutton.
No, we need Sutton.
I want Sutton here with another. I need another with him, but I need Sutton to stay here. Yeah.
I know we're going down a little bit of a rabbit hole. What do you think his price tag is? He signed for 4 initially.
Right now, I think he's anywhere between 7 and 11. 7 and I think 11 for a starving team. 11 for a starving team. 7 for the discount. He came back for 4.
Little 6.
He came back for 4.
He wasn't proven at the time.
No, but think about this. He wasn't proven at the time because remember that was the whole Mike Hilton versus Cam Sutton thing. But he didn't see Kello come in here and play 5 games and get paid the exact same thing he got. Right? He saw them bring in a Levi Wallace as well, and he's definitively outplayed both of them dudes this season. He has got to be worth more than 6 here. I'm just like, man, 7 is the minimum I'm giving him here, man.
That's fine. 7's fine.
Yeah, but I think anywhere between 7 and 11 for him. I think if he hits the open market, he can get double digits though, because
he get a Mike Hilton.
Teams over.
I don't know if Mike Hilton even got double digits.
I don't think he did, but I think of even like how like even with Steven Nelson, like how we paid him a ton, right? And granted, he came here and he balled out, did what he's supposed to do, but just think about how he was viewed leaving Kansas City. We don't even view Cam Sutton as a negative. People were viewing Steven Sims as a negative at times, just because we talked about how he was like the most targeted guy and stuff like that, which led to the
I'm pissed we didn't keep him.
Yeah,
for all the stuff that we did afterwards. Right. I knew it was going to come down to either Nelson or Hayden. Mm-hmm. We got rid of Nelson, but then it was weird. We didn't address the cornerback position after that. Mm-hmm. And then we still had cap space because of the DeCastro move. Like we could have kept Nelson. Done it.
Yep.
It was it was just weird. We could have figured out some type of restructure with him. And that pissed me off a little bit because I think he was way better than what he was given credit for. Because he played good with the Eagles last year.
I would agree.
He's playing fine with the Texans too.
Bro, the Texans have to be like the most like heartbreaking team to watch. They take everybody to the wire, it seems like, and they cannot get up out of that thing.
Fish momentum. Love the win, but fix the miscues. # Marcus out. I can't believe this was only brought up until now. An hour and a half into it.
It came up a ton yesterday, man. But shout out to Marcus, man. Initially watching it, man, it was funny because it looks like he's just in their huddle for no reason. Initially on the broadcast, that's the way they spin it. That's the way they do it.
Oh, you got some context here.
No, you watched. I went back and watched the play. He's blocking the dude, and he's jawing at the dude. Him and the dude are kind of going at it. The dude turns off and walks into the huddle. He's following the dude. It wasn't him just like walking into the huddle to just like cut up. Like him and the dude are like talking at each other, and the dude just walks off, veers into the huddle. And from there, Marcus walks over there, and it's like perfect timing. As soon as he walks in there, the ref sees it, flag come out, coach reacts, and everything kind of goes the way it goes. But the thing that I will say is this, man. I thought that it was handled the right way when he got to the sideline. You saw Cam Hayward go over there and talk to him. You saw Derek White over there. You saw Miles Killebrew. Those are your leaders of your team, man, special teams and defense-wise. And the other thing is this, man, Marcus Allen is one of our key contributors on special teams. We see him doing a lot of dancing and cutting up. You know how he does that? Because he's getting a tackle. That's the only reason why he does that type of stuff on special teams, man. But, it's one of them things he'll learn from it. And you could see he was mortified as soon as he got to the sideline. His face is like, like he's wearing it because, it does suck. But that's one of them ones, like I said, seeing it, the full picture of what actually happened versus like the clip that they showed or whatever. To me, I'm just like, man, I get it. Because for special teamers specifically, I'm a guy that was fortunate enough to play special teams only. Then I became a starter on defense. Then I was a rotational guy on defense. So it's like I get his mindset. And that mindset is this. Man, how many snaps on defense does Marcus Allen play? On average. 0. So you're meaning to tell me this guy who's just as jacked up, just as juiced, just as ready to contribute and help your team win, he's going to get probably 15 to 20 snaps per game. And when you talk about the touchbacks and the fair catches and stuff like that, where there's really not as much action, it's like, man, you're chopping at the bit. You cannot wait to just express it, to just be a part of it. And as a player who was on that role, man, you're trying to show out to let the dudes that are on defense know that you just as tight as they are. And then when you the guy that's on defense, you know what you're telling to Marcus Allen when he go out there? Hey, Marcus, man, you better go out there and blast somebody, man. You know I'm watching, man. Don't act like you know Trump out here. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, y'all are the next wave. Typically, the guys that are on special teams graduate to defense. Whether you're talking James Harrison, whether you're talking Ryan Shazier, whether you're talking Robert Spillane, whether you're talking Arthur Moats, Vince Williams, the majority of the guys that get to defense, man, they have to get it on special teams first. They make the plays there, and then they graduate. So it's like, them dudes is passionate, man. They are. So with Marcus, it's like, man, you learn from it. Just make better judgment decision next time. But I'm not going to tell him that, man, hey, man, tune it down. You don't want to be as fired up. Like, nah, man. Coach Tomlin will tell you firsthand. He would rather say whoa than sick him, which simply means I would much rather tell you, hey, man, just take a deep breath and calm down a little bit. You ain't got to try to kill everybody. You ain't got to try to flex on everybody and talk smack to everybody versus it being the type where you're like, hey, Deke, man, you ain't gonna stand up for yourself, Deke, man. You ain't gonna say nothing, man. You just gonna let them talk bad about you and 7 today? Like, come on, bro. Nah, you don't want it like that. You want that passion. So, like I said, for Marcus, just better decision. Don't get the flag, but I definitely get what you
on. So wait, hold on. From what you were saying, a dude blocking him, I thought this was happening during the intermission.
The play was done. He's talking smack to the guy. And then the guy turns off and walks into the huddle. And he's following the guy over there.
Which one? The third down play?
I'm talking
the third down play. Because they never punted.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But it was like whoever he was talking to the guy. And then when he goes to turn into that, then he just follows him in there.
Was Marcus out on the field for that?
I don't know why he was out there, but he definitely bumps into the dude. They bump into each other. You know why? It was about to be 4th down. Think about it.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm wondering.
But that's why Marcus would be on the field. But that's why Marcus is on the field, and that's why he would have bumped into the guy, because literally Marcus and the dude run into each other, and you see Marcus say something to him, and the dude turns off and keeps going, and Marcus follows him over there. I don't know. Yeah, but that's definitely why, because they're running into each other like boom, and he says something, follows him over there.
It's one of those things for me. It's funny after the fact. Yeah. The whole interaction was really benign, but it goes back to the whole Deontay Johnson situation. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I think the refs are going to be looking for that way much more than Deontay's, whereas Deontay's was just this natural reaction when
you're fired up. Yeah.
But you're just chilling there and you're going over to the sideline.
Deontay's was not a natural reaction. Deontay definitely looked back and then definitely beeline to get in front of that dude. Bro.
My point is, at least he's in the heat of the play doing something, whereas like Marcus Allen's coming from the sideline looking for something. Yeah, Marcus, a little bit.
He was looking for it, and he found what he was looking for, but that's it. It's just like, I get it. I get you're amped up, bro. I get it. But yeah, they like, I don't know where he's running, but they bump in, and he's like, yo, whatever he says, and he just follows him over there. So I'm like, you amped. You cool. You amped up, bro. Make a better decision next time. But I ain't, like I said, I'm not losing sleep over. I'm not going to crucify him over it, man.
I'm not either. It is like, funny after the fact. Though, man. I think a big part of the reason it's funny after the fact is because we won.
Yeah.
Because at that point in the game, we had it locked up. And we're up 10 points, so 4th and 27.
That was the only reason they got life.
Seriously,
that was the only reason they got life. Yes.
So this is probably going to be forgotten about because again, we won.
Yeah. And Coach Tom is going to address it. Don't think of it in the sense of like. And even how I'm talking about it, I'm not minimizing it, but I'm just giving the context behind it and how the thought process works from a player, whether it's Marcus or in terms of the players, in terms of how you react and respond to that and stuff like that. But yeah, Coach Tom is definitely going to address it and talk to him about it. And yeah, he might even make an example of him because of it. But that's one of them things, man. You just got to make a better decision. That's it. But yeah, it didn't kill you. And, yeah, you learn from it and move on. But Marcus Allen is one of our key special teams contributors. I'm not about to say, oh, man, you should take Marcus Allen off the field. Take some. Nah, I'm good.
You don't want to cut him?
I'm good. Marcus, make a better decision. Go out there and keep making tackles. The same way when Deontay got him in flex. Oh, man, cut Deontay. I'm not about to say, Deontay, you're not going back in the game. You're having a heck of a game. Deontay, keep going out there and making catches. Make better decisions. That's just, yeah.
I'm with you. There's not much you can do after this because you do want Marcus Allen for special teams.
I'm like, forward. The NFL going to hit you. You're going to get your little FedEx on Wednesday. It's going to come on Tuesday, but you're going to get it when you go to the office on Wednesday. Be sitting right there on your desk. You got that little Park, New York address. It's going to say something Park Drive and just say New York. And then from there, that's how you know you open it up. Mr. Roger Goodell going to have that pocket tap. It is what it is. You just, all right, nod and keep on going. Nah.
No one's surprised at this happening, right?
Nah, why would we be surprised? Come on, man. You know he's surprised.
Well, this was the other thing. From what you said.
You know this.
He'll learn from it, move on. I don't know if I can make that promise. I don't know if we'll ever not see this again.
I would agree. I said it tongue in cheek.
He hasn't got like big penalties for anything like
but
this.
But he likes to express himself. He's very
from what I can recall. I mean, maybe someone has a Marcus Allen game from like 2019 where he got a 15-yard flag or something. I can't remember anything egregious.
He'll get a tackle on kickoff and he's gonna give you a full TikTok dance like he scored a touchdown. I know. But to me, I'm cool with it. I'm like, look, if you're doing it after a tackle, man, go for it. I just don't want you doing it and you didn't make a tackle. You just over here just like, nah. But you making a tackle on special teams, bro, I know how important that is. And I know from a player who's been in that role before exclusively what it means to them dudes, man. When you talk about, man, it was times, man, Tyler Matakavich, shout out to him, man. He going to going to the postseason again. Shout out to the homie Dirty Red. But man, you watch him, maybe times like, yo, this dude got 20 tackles and he hasn't played a snap on defense. It's like, yo, you're cooking. You're getting a tackle a game. You're getting 2 a game on special teams. Like, bro, that's major. So yeah, man. So yeah, it's just for Marcus, man. That's his role. But just make better decisions, please. But yeah, I don't think you're right. We're probably not going to see the end of that. Yeah. Because he's on that. That's the time he's on. Every time he's out on the field, bro, he is like, I'm at you. Yep.
Yeah, definitely not cutting him, though.
Yeah.
People were calling for cutting Marcus Allen on the spot. They want him gone today.
Stop it. I stand by Marcus Allen.
Yeah, roll with him.
I stand by Marcus Allen.
Come on, yeah.
Was he came on the show, too. I'm trying to.
Yeah, a while back.
Yeah. We might. I should have requested. I ain't gonna do that. That'd have been petty.
That'd be a good interview.
Nah, we gotta let it cool off a little bit. I don't want that. I can't have that come on our show this week. A little spicy. Everybody want to talk about it then.
Cal Monier says Spillane deserves some respect. Glad we have him.
No, I would agree, man. Like I said, he's not a elite athlete in the sense of like a Devin Bush or some of these other guys that can cover sideline to sideline and just really run and stuff like that. But he is one of the most smart, fundamentally sound linebackers you're going to find. And he's athletic enough. And he puts himself in the right position. And that's why he's able to continue to thrive at this level. Even in the role where at times I'm just kind of like, of all people, how does Spillane become the designated cover guy? Like, this is crazy. But that's shout out to his hard work, man. Shout out to his hard work and him just, staying in the lab with this craft. But yeah, man, he's definitely, been putting together another nice season for himself, man.
Come on, Larry Ogunjobi could have a career here. # lock him up.
I would agree. I think he fits what we're looking for perfectly.
Wonder what this Jonathan Marshall dude's going to do. He was inactive this game, but I feel like he might be able to give us a little bit more than Alu out there.
We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, because he's still young, too. Was it 6th rounder or 7th rounder from a year ago?
Yeah, last year. From what I was reading about him, like, he's good, but he just got kind of buried on the Jets defensive line depth chart. Yeah. And became available. We picked him up on off the practice squad.
Was that last week, right?
From what I'm reading on him, he's more of a true nose tackle. He's got that bigger type of body to him, which is something we could use. Yeah. So I'll be interested if we start incorporating him at all.
No, man, we could definitely see, man. Absolutely.
AJ Martinez. Let's go, Matt. No cheetah Canada.
He took the cheetah away from this time. That's he was locking Matt Canada and that cheetah
turning people around.
Maybe Matt Canada went the approach that
I couldn't believe. I can't believe him at this point.
Maybe he went I'm gonna choke it and just punch like how dad was it DeMarvin. Remember DeMarvin was like, yo, he was just gonna choke the cheetah and then punch it and it's done. Maybe that's what Matt Canada said. He said, I'm not playing around. I'm just gonna choke this cheetah and punch this cheetah and I'm good. So yeah, shout out to Matt Canada, man.
AJ Martinez, great coaching job across the board.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man. I thought that offensively, defensively, and special teams, man. Coaches did what they're supposed to do. We were a little bit more penalized than I would like. 7 penalties, man. I don't like that part of it, but yeah, man, I thought that we still were. Yeah, the execution was there. The coaching I thought was on point.
I feel like it's just the next stage in our growth. We got our red zone touchdowns taken care of. Now let's start making stupid penalties and start concerning ourselves with that.
As long as we're scoring.
Because we didn't have all this penalty problem a couple weeks ago.
We didn't.
Now we're starting to score, and we get a little lackadaisical out there.
We score, and we getting a little overconfident, too,
exactly.
man. Maybe that's it.
But you got to hone it in.
We can't have a 21-play drive without the sacrifices of Deontay Johnson. Just remember that. Okay? So for everybody that love that 21-play drive, we needed Deontay. We needed him to not only catch those passes, but to also create that adversity. Sometimes you manufacture it yourself. Give us the extra play
so we can get over 20.
Because if he didn't make that sacrifice in his wallet,
it would have been like a 17-play drive.
17 don't hit the same way as a 21-play drive. That's all I'm saying. We wanted drinking age legally. All right. So yeah, that's why Deontay made that sacrifice. And everybody's going crazy on Deontay for that. Come on, man. He did it for the team. Yeah.
Richard Hunt, babyface Deke.
That's your new name. I like you. I like it. I like a baby face.
Yeah. In 2023, we coming. It's quoted by Deion Sanders.
Hey now. Prime.
Crystal Pravat. You guys going to look stupid when 22 gets a second deal.
Uh-oh. See? Yeah. She talks specifically about you, Deke, and TG, Terrence Galvin, a.k.a. my locker mate. But yeah, man. Not me. I'm on the deuce train. I don't know about the second deal per se, unless it's like a very, very team-friendly deal. Very, very team-friendly. But yeah. Shout out to Deuce, though. Mm-hmm.
AJ Martinez, chilling with the kids, wrapping my daughter's car in black. Hell yeah. Moats and Deke, the #1 podcast.
I like it, AJ. I like it. Nothing like quality time with the little ones either, man. Absolutely.
Steelers 4-2 since the Claypool trade. Bears 0-6. This is from Mason Nielsen.
In Con, we trust.
This is from, who is this? Is this AJ Martinez? He says, Tata's 10 is king. Let's go 10. Sabotage 7. Por Vita.
Hey, what was that first part? The first part of his comment? He said what?
Tata's 10.
I like that name.
Forgot about that whole aspect of Mitch, honestly.
I have not. No, I have not. Every time he goes off, I'm like, yep. It's a man I can get behind. I can root for you, man. You're easy to support. He's easy. Yeah.
I think the reason why I forgot about that is because the vibes are just terrible on Mitch. They were at least heading into this game.
Because they thinking on the wrong stuff. I'm thinking like how Mitch think, and that's why we work. Nope. Come on, man. Mm-hmm.
Some of the stuff I was reading heading into yesterday's game was like, oh, now that we have Mitch in, because Tomlin made the decision over the weekend that, hey, we're going to rule with Mitch over Mason. Like, that we're done. Like, season's over. Offense is going to be terrible. Mitch is the worst QB. Mason's 500 times better. I just didn't know when we got to that point through all this.
The 3 picks made it like Mitch went out there and had negative 300 yards passing versus Baltimore. That was the energy that I had took from it in terms of Steeler Nation.
My thing with Mitch over his last couple appearances since he was benched, I've been more impressed than disappointed.
I would agree.
The 3 picks, terrible. Yes. Can't have that. That's the most obvious thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else he was doing, he wasn't exactly doing in those first 3 weeks. He was more conservative. And then he flipped the switch and was taking some of those shots, showing off the arm talent a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which I was liking. It's just, all right, hone in the 3 picks, which is what he did in this Panthers game.
But also that is why the conversation has shifted that Kenny can't do these things, because they were saying how George Pickens' last outing with Kenny Pickett and how that whole ordeal worked out. And then you see Mitch Trubisky back-to-back games, stretching the field. George Pickens involved and all that type of stuff. And they like, see, it's because he can actually get it out there, whereas Kenny can't. And they say it's because he has baby hands. They are really stuck on the hands part with Kenny. But they say that is why we need to have a guy like Mitch, or neither one of these quarterbacks are the answer. We need to go ahead and get somebody new next year. I'm just reporting the news, Deke. You know me. I just report it to you, and then I want to see what Big Deke got to say about this. That's all. But that was what they said.
Absolutely fake news.
They were heavy on it, man.
Forget some of the passes Pickett was making to Pickens his first.
They were heavy on it,
2-3 weeks in as a starter.
They were heavy on it, man.
We were loving it because Kenny was stretching the field. He was just tossing off the Pickens. We were like, why wasn't Mitch doing this the whole time?
But they said he's become conservative because of the turnovers. They said,
Pickett?
Yeah, they said now
he's just trying to win the game.
But people don't like that. They wanted to look a certain way. That's definitely the one thing that I've definitely taken over these past. They want to win.
Pickens dropped a wide open one against the Bengals that would have got us back in the game. It was like 3-4 minutes left. It was an absolute dime by Pickett.
Hey, man, I'm with you. But that's what they say though, man.
Pickett could have made every throw Mitch made yesterday.
I'm just letting you know that's what they say, man.
Is there any Well, I guess there are questions about it, but not to me.
That's what they're saying, man. They're saying that your boy can't make those throws, and that's why Mitch can, and that's why the running game looked better. And these past 2 games, I'm telling you, bro, that's what they said. They was literally like, bro, the running game looked better yesterday because we were able to throw the ball.
I think it looked just as good as the other 3 times when the running game was good.
They were like, oh, see, when you can stretch the field like this is what I'm like, oh, okay.
If anything, it actually slowed up in the second half.
Yeah.
Now, Mitch performed. Whenever we needed the passes and we needed the third down conversions to keep the drives going, he stepped up. You got to give credit where credit's due, but that's that's nothing that Pickett can't be doing. And I don't think the run game was necessarily better because of Mitch this game.
And the whole hands thing, they are stuck on the hands thing too.
Falcons game running game was good. Saints game running game was good. Colts game running game was good.
This is another quote. They said that he short arms or duck passes more than any other quarterback in the league right now. Any other starting quarterback. They said he short arms or he has like the little wobblers. Yeah,
I don't have time for
that. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you with that.
He made one bad pass against the Falcons.
It
kind of short hop Muth. That's the only pass I can remember out of all of them.
They said he leads. I'm like, bro, I didn't even know it's a stat. Like, who's checking this stat? You know, I'm not big on the stats like that. But that was that's what was brought up. I'm like, yo, what? So I wanted to make sure I remembered that to ask you your thoughts. So,
Pickett is QB1. Okay. There's no doubt about it. And now you were saying there's people trying to stir up some competition controversy
because now they're saying
after this game
because of what Mitch was able to do and his stretching the field. Whereas when Kenny,
when did he stretch the field so much? He had one, and this isn't ripping on Mitch, but he had the one bomb to Pickens.
This is how people do it, though.
He had some nice passes over the middle, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was stretching the field. They were like 15-yard passes.
But they're saying last week and this week he did stretch the field.
He was just passing to Deontay the whole time.
But that's what they saying, bro. They saying your boy didn't do that. He didn't just pass to Deontay the whole time. He didn't just throw to George Pickens. That's why they're saying they don't think he is capable of that.
It's just foolishness, dude.
That's why.
What game do we want to look at?
I just wanted to ask you, man. It kept coming up on the space. I was like, bro, is this really a
We
thing?
go to the Falcons game because Pickett kept passing to Deontay a ton. That's when the whole Pickens controversy came about. He overthrew Deontay on that little fade route for a touchdown in the third quarter. Tried to take the deep bomb to Deontay, was getting hit as he was throwing, though, in the first quarter. Overthrew Pat on one of those in routes in the zone, I think,
you talking to a dude that I'm always on the, man, I like what Kenny has been doing. I'm like, yo, he's progressing. Like, it's not a debate. Like, I think that he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing as a rookie. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. But, yeah, man, they were definitely on that. I'm like, bro, how did we get there from yesterday? Yeah.
No, the only way Mitch could have made it a conversation was, if he goes in and throws for 404 touchdowns. Right. But that didn't happen.
Yeah.
He did everything that Pickett has been doing thus far, in my opinion. Yeah. But Pickett's our first-round pick, and I think Pickett provides the upside. And, you stick with Pickett. Like, it's not even.
Well, the decision's already been made. That's my thing. I'm like, man, you're not. That's heck no, Mitch. That's what you're supposed to do right now, and you did your job. In fact, you might have put yourself in a good situation, man, for somebody else, right? But yeah,
Pickett's
gonna
the
be
guy.
Kenny. Kenny's gonna get the opportunity. Absolutely.
Pickett is the guy. There was nothing that Mitch did yesterday that Pickett can't do. Even in the Ravens game too. Yeah. There's nothing that Mitch did there. Pickett can't do. Pickett would have, in my opinion, based off how Pickett was playing, he wasn't throwing those 3 picks.
I'm just letting you know for a fact, bro. They don't think your guy has the arm strength to make the throws that Mitch was making. That's for a fact.
In yesterday's game, what?
Bro, they do not think, and I'm like, how do you not
he
feel
made
like
that
Kenny can
exact
throw?
throw
I'm like,
to
Kenny can make
Pickens
those.
in I think the Jets game, the one that Mitch threw to.
Yeah. But once again, that was early on. They're saying since he's cut down on the turnovers, he doesn't throw the ball deep.
Like I said, I think he's just trying to win.
Yeah.
He's simply trying to win these games. We're running the ball good.
I already told
we
you,
got a
man.
whole nice offensive system going.
As long as we winning and not turning it over, I'm cool with whoever. You know me. You more of a quarterback snob than I am. You don't like Kirk Cousins. I'm cool with the Kirk Cousins. I'm cool with the Jimmy G. You're not even fond of that. So yeah, your standard is even higher.
I just can't believe this. Yeah. I don't know where people are getting this from.
So yeah, that's why I just wanted to report the news to you. So thank you, Big Deke.
It's just foolishness.
For that update. Yeah.
It's just foolishness.
Don't let them get to you, though, man. Don't let them get to you.
I think Pickett will prove me right as time goes on.
Yeah, because 7 would prove you right. And that's why you were able to have this elite level confidence. Now, Do you have concerns in any way, shape, or form that 8 won't deliver the same way that 7 has delivered for you each and every time that you've come to bat for him?
Different players, but no, I think Pickett's going to prove that we made the right investment in him. He's going to be our franchise guy.
All right, say no more. Say no more. I like it.
AJ Martinez, what was Marcus Allen doing in the Panthers huddle?
Yeah, making a bad decision. That's what he was doing. But hopefully for him going forward, he won't go back into the huddle. I don't think he's not going to not do anything else, but just don't go back into the huddle. Don't be a repeat offender there.
AJ Martinez, God bless to all. Thank you to my son, Tony, doing the rap.
Man, shout out to Tony, man. Absolutely.
Next, Lou Boy. Am I right on this?
Yeah.
10 deep ball.
Mm-hmm.
Had them playing off coverage. 18 got footwork. 2 weeks in a row. No drops. He killed them underneath with them beautiful spirals on the numbers from 10. Yeah, Lou Boy's a Pickett hater. I have noticed.
I was like, uh-oh. I don't know how Deke's going to feel about this one. You took that? That's a Pickett hater by that comment, man.
I know.
That comment said Pickett hater.
I've seen his other work.
That comment said
I've seen his other work. That was a TG. That was a TG little backhanded compliment.
No, that wasn't a backhanded compliment.
Well, he wasn't even complimenting Pickett.
That was just a beautiful compliment for Mitch Trubisky. Tata's 10, Money Mitch, whatever we want to call him. That's all that was. That was just a compliment to him, man. He won't talk about your boy. Nah.
I disagree.
He won't throw in beautiful spirals?
No, Mitch played good. No, it's just the thought that Kenny can't do what Mitch did yesterday. It's unbelievable to me.
You know me. I would not bring it up if it wasn't brought up to me by multiple
Mitch
people
played really good.
To make me want to.
I liked what Mitch
did.
did.
It was to the point where I had to stop and I'm like, bro, are we like, how did we get here from this performance? Like, how is this a Kenny can't do because of what we saw Mitch do today? Like, I didn't enjoy that.
Mitch was out there playing like
my
Mahomes, throwing for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Like this, am I wrong? This is a different conversation.
I would agree, but that wasn't the case this week or last week. He played good, but it wasn't nothing that was like, yo, this is God tier. But
I think from the last 2 weeks,
yeah,
sitting here today on Monday, I'm just like, this is why Pickett's our QB1. If anything, it's like Mitch is the backup, but we're rolling with Pickett. Yeah. He did everything that we think Pickett can do, but obviously, like I said, the upside, the growth, the potential that Pickett has, and that added mobility, too.
Yes, the mobility definitely helps, absolutely.
All right, we got Stan Clare. The fumble got called.
But shout out to Lubo, though. I like your comment, though, Lubo, because you're right. 10 deep ball was nice, and maybe it did have them playing a little bit off coverage because the action was there. And George Pickens, once again, bro. I just love when he do that. When George catch that thing like this and he just be holding it out there like, hey, y'all see me?
It looks
you see
easy.
Me? It's craziness, man. Crazy.
Stan Clare, the fumble called back had to be a drop. Is he talking to Deontay? That was in the Falcons game, though.
Yeah, that was
He had a drop in the Falcons game. He had that play.
Yeah.
But then Ravens game, I think he was clean.
Right. We're talking just, the past 2 games. But, that was, Did he have a...
He almost botched up the onside at the end.
No. Did he have a fumble that was called versus Baltimore?
No, I don't think.
I don't remember versus... Yeah.
I think it was just the Falcons. Right, yeah. He said the fumble called back had to be a drop. He's right.
Yeah, that works.
Since it's not a fumble,
it was a drop. Yeah. Yeah, so we cool with that one, But we saying the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's been it's small sample size.
I think he's 100%.
Small sample size. We just went off for 2 weeks. Not 3 weeks, just 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. Yeah.
Jacob Malesio, 1 game from 18 doesn't change my mind.
There it is.
Cut him.
There it is.
Actually, he may be lying because then he says JK.
He did say JK.
He says JK, so he doesn't want to cut him anymore.
I do like Jacob, though. He at least started out with the energy. I was like, yo, you just hold true to your take. You just hold true to your stance, man. I just personally think that Deontay is capable of doing that a lot more consistently. Because even in these games where we've criticized him for a drop or a decision of running backwards, we are still seeing what consistently happened. Him beat one-on-one, man-to-man coverage. He wins. He wins, man. So, just keep being consistent. I think he's going to be fine, baby.
828 style. Bro, my wife came in here and asked me what I was watching. She said she thought it was a movie. You should have seen her face when I told her. I'm rolling on the floor laughing. This probably goes back to the gambling.
It was a movie. You was watching the movie of DraftKings. All right, shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook. Y'all know the promo code Moats, baby. But that's what you was watching. You gotta let her know it was an awesome movie. Awesome movie.
King Whopper. Space Talk was funny with the Cottonmouth. Go
bro,
Green.
Seriously, man. Like, son, when you get the researching at times, bro, you know your mouth get dry.
Were you struggling yesterday?
Man, heck yes. That's why I had to keep drinking my drink. Man.
What'd you have?
I was drinking on water yesterday.
A little vodka, maybe.
No. I ain't gonna crossfade on the Space Talk. That could have got crazy. I tell you, you thought I was joking, man. That Panthers pack was real, man. I was a little premature with my Panthers pack. I hit it on the front
everyone was.
because I was.
I did mine at halftime.
I was like, I felt good.
Thought the game was over.
I felt good, so I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and just tap into this thing. But obviously, we know one of the side effects: dry mouth. So yeah, man, it was about to get your boy. So that's why I stayed hydrated, man. Mm-hmm.
Mike Hood, Sabotage 7. Merry Christmas to all. Happy birthday, Jesus. Victory Monday.
There it is. Let's get it.
AJ Martinez. Oh, we got that one. That was 50 burger. 828 style. Matt Ryan should never play again after this year. Yeah, I think he's done.
That's where quarterbacks go to, be put off to the pasture. You go to Indianapolis, baby.
Sean McCartney. If Deontay plays like that consistently, I'll be happy. But I was panicking when he did those awkward open field spin moves. Happy Victory Monday. Yep.
Yes. Yesterday was like everything worked out in his favor. And as long as it does like that, man, we are all on board with whatever juke move he wants to do and all that other stuff. But it has to work like how it did yesterday, baby. So shout out to Deontay. And shout out to everybody that's here with us today on this stream, man. I see y'all extra chunky today, man. Let's hit that like button as well. Since I just remembered to say that again, Deke. So yeah, man, hit that like button if y'all have not done so. And subscribe to the channel if you have not done so there either.
AJ Martinez, Big Ben 7 gets us the 7th. Yep. Fish Momentum.
We do need it.
Happy belated B-Day to my brother, Chris Myers.
Shout out to Official Momentums. I was about to say little brother, but just brother, Chris Myers. Heck yeah.
Q. Whenever the time comes for a prospect in the draft, I have a few for you to look at, Moats. Also, think the Jets will move on from Zach Wilson.
Man,
he didn't play bad yesterday.
But the problem is he's put himself in this type of conversation. So there is a possibility that they could move on because this would be his third year now.
Did Saleh draft him? I don't think he did.
I thought he was before him. Yeah, I'd have to see. I don't know if he was with him or not, but
I don't think he was. I think Saleh came in last year.
Yeah, you're right. Saleh did come in last year. Yeah,
so whoever was before him, I can't remember who it was.
That was the dude that was there with L. Bell.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't. Was it Gase?
Yeah, with the eyes.
I guess it was.
I was about to say it was the eyeballs. Yeah,
maybe it was.
Yep.
Was there a guy in between?
No,
I don't think.
No, it was.
I don't remember Gase drafting Wilson.
See, I don't know.
Am I off on that?
Was Gase fired and it was somebody else in between? Because Joe Judge was in New York with the Giants.
The main thing is, I think you're right. I don't feel like Saleh has anything holding him back from moving on from Zach Wilson. I mean, he did it in the middle of the season.
And you can hear how he speaks on Zach. He doesn't talk about Zach like he's trying to like sugarcoat it or protect his feelings or anything. He's just kind of like, man, this is what it is. I'm gonna roll with Mike White. If Mike White's healthy, like Mike gives us the best chance. Like he's on that, which I like, man. Most of the time you don't get that though when you're talking about like quarterbacks or young players that are high pedigree guys. But yeah, Saleh, he's just like on some, no, bro, this is what it is. This is what it's gonna take. And I'm all for it.
He's not treating him with any like first round gloves.
Yeah.
I remember when they first benched him, he was like, yeah, this could be a good thing for him. It's not saying he's never going to play for us again or anything, but right now he's not playing good enough.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's, I mean, is Mike White going to play next week?
If he's healthy. That was the only reason why Zach played this week, because Mike wasn't healthy. Shout out to the Bills.
They're probably
going
to move on from him.
It's a Buffalo Bills thing, I guess. I tell you, Buffalo does that to everybody, right? Mike White still ain't recovered, man. He's still ain't recovered from that Bills game.
Yeah, if they're going to go back to Mike White, they might be done with Zach Wilson. Yeah. I think they will. Jacob Malesio. First pick, Cam's replacement. Second, left tackle. Third, left guard. And then linebacker rest of the way out.
So he don't go corner at all.
We need a corner. Unless he's thinking we get in free agency.
Yeah. Unless he's saying first pick is Cam Sutton's replacement?
I'm thinking Hayward.
That's what I thought he was talking about too.
Jake Malesio also says, why isn't Mark Robinson playing special teams?
He has. What game was that? Because most of the time he hasn't had a helmet. But Yeah, the games, and I was about to say, the 2 times that I've seen him on special teams with the helmet were the 2 where Miles Jack didn't play. Yeah. So that's probably the bigger reason, just numbers wise. They've been rolling with the trio of Miles Jack, Robert Spillane, and Devin Bush, and the fourth guy that they dress is Marcus Allen, but he's the dedicated special teamer. So if Mark Robinson isn't going to be a better or more productive special teamer than Marcus Allen, Coach Tomlin nor Danny Smith, they're not going to put Mark Robinson in a helmet if that means Marcus Allen's not going to get a helmet just because of what he does to the special teams part of it. So, yeah, if Miles Jack can't go this week, then you will see Mark Robinson on special teams again then. Yeah, but that's that whole dynamic right now.
828 style. Mike T be playing with 2. He wouldn't let poor Rudolph play in any reindeer games. He really thought he was going to get in on some plays. He #red2go. Pull tink tink.
Pull little tink tink. Yeah. It's one of them things, man. That was his first opportunity to actually dress this season, and I get the reasoning behind Coach Tomlin sticking with Mitch. The reason in terms of what they shared on the broadcast was that he felt that they needed to start fast this week, and Mitch could at least give them that ability to start fast because he's been playing. Whereas for Mason, he thought that he would deal with some rust, and that rust would ultimately equate to a slow start, and you don't want to start slow on the road and give the Carolina Panthers any type of life. So that was kind of the thought process with it. So like I said, it made sense, but for Mason, that's, a part of the job as well. And that's a part of being a backup. When you talk about next man up, that's why it's so hard to really live next man up, because we laugh about it right now, right? Oh man, Mason was fired up, ready to go, and he didn't get an opportunity. But you got to do that each and every week because you don't know when that opportunity is going to come. You could be week 1 and you prepare, and the opportunity will come to week 17 when a guy gets hurt, and now you get that chance. But if you're not prepared to go because, man, I prepared and I didn't get an opportunity last time, that's where the issues lie. And a lot of teams, they struggle with that. Here in Pittsburgh, man, we really try to hyper focus on it and be intentional about it. So yeah, I get it in terms of it didn't look, it could be a little comical at times for Mason in terms of how it looked, but yeah, to me, I'm like, man, he did what he was supposed to do, man. He was fired up, he was prepared to go. The team did what they were supposed to do in terms of giving them the reps, but that's the nature of the beast at times, man, and it sucks. But guess what? He's going to have to prepare again next week, right? And who knows? Maybe he doesn't get that helmet if Kenny is back. But who knows in 2 weeks that he does get that helmet, he does get opportunity. So, yeah, that's the mentally taxing part about being a non-starter at times at the NFL level.
Kevin Weatherholt II. Any chance we see Robinson on special teams?
Like I said, man, I hope we do, but it's really going to be just the numbers game because, once again, are you going to dress 5 inside linebackers to include Mark Robinson in there when that potentially is going to take away from a helmet from a DB, a helmet from a D lineman, a helmet from a wide receiver, instead of it being Miles Boykin, Steven Sims, or Gunnar Olszewski? Is it, are you, because I'm trying to think, tight end wise, all 3 of them dudes been dressing Pat, Frymouth, and Gentry. Are you going to take Connor helmet? That's kind of the dilemma that you run into. And even with Connor, what is the one thing that you've been seeing him do this year? He makes tackles on special teams. And not saying that Mark can't, but it's just man, you really have to weigh all of those decisions when we're talking about putting a helmet on Mark Robinson on game to actually get him out there on special teams because of the limits that you have just in terms of who can dress on a game day roster.
Blue boy, 10's deep ball got them boys scared. 8 can't go deep.
That's what she said.
10 gonna make them back up. Mm-hmm. Y'all seen it? 2 games in a row.
Uh-oh.
Tape don't lie.
He preaching he preaching now. He said, hey, the tape. You know when the tape don't lie, the tape don't lie. Oh, that's what he said.
I disagree. I think our running game actually looked better in the Colts game. I'd have to look back at the Saints game, but even the Falcons game, we were running the ball amazing in the Falcons game. That was our main offense.
I would agree.
I disagree. Yeah. What do you think?
If he's speaking specifically on 10's deep ball, 10 does throw a nice deep ball. We've seen that. I like 10's deep ball. 10 is a very talented quarterback. Neither one of these quarterbacks are lacking for talent. They're both first-round quarterbacks. One was the 20th overall pick, and one was the 2nd overall pick. So yeah, they both gonna have talent. Yeah, it just depends on what you're looking for. If we're looking specifically just at a deep ball, all right, I can understand that comment. But if we're talking about just best player going forward for this team, I still think you roll with Kenny, man, because of everything that we've already kind of laid out with that. But every player is going to have something that they might do better than another player and stuff like that. But football is more than just talent. You got to have skill. You have to have the camaraderie. You have to have all these little intangible things. And that's why we talk about how each and every year, man, a guy can come in the league and he's just an elite talent, but he doesn't have skill. He's an elite talent, but he doesn't understand how to play the game mentally, the game within the game and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, I don't want to make it a 8 versus 10 and who's more talented. Nah, it ain't that type of thing. They're both super talented. But I do feel like 8 gives the team the best chance to win going forward just because that's what this team has been preparing for, has been geared up for. And you've seen this model of success continue to be replicated even when Mitch has come in there. But this is the exact same model that we've been using with Kenny. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, baby. Roll with KP 8 and let that dude keep doing what he needs to do.
Crystal Pravat. Hypocrite Deke. Respect Kenny as a 1.
Oh, she called you out.
And not Najee.
Uh-oh. She done called you out. You know you done messed with Crystal. Crystal will never call you out, Deke. Well, what's all you love KP8 being a first rounder. You give him all the love in the world. Then you hold it against Najee. What's up with that, man?
I don't think I'm holding it against Najee.
You're not using it as an ally for him. It's not an asset in his situation.
No, because if you bring a first-round running back, it's a huge detriment. I just don't think of once you're picked, you're on the team. Remember, we had this conversation. Once you're on the team, you're on the team. I don't care about when you were picked or whatnot. But I was thinking about this because I can't remember a podcast or 2 ago. I don't know if you brought it up the chat, but yeah, I'm defending KP8, like let him grow, this and that, and whereas maybe I'm a little bit more quick to move off other positions like running back. But I think that's the crux of it. Quarterback is the most important position. That's not something you are going back and forth with all the time or trying to, especially if you drafted a guy to be the franchise, your first-round pick. Whereas with Najee, a big part of his game is running it and running it with confidence and running it not looking injured.
Stop it.
That's all. That's all. And with Pickett, I don't think I've been telling lies and saying he's been improving every week. Whereas Najee, he was banged up all the way until this Falcons game.
But he's been improving now, though.
Yeah. Wait, what if I changed up? I said Najee is RB1.
You still ain't come
I'm liking this 1 and 2
You just
combo.
haven't come off your TG stance just yet. And I have a feeling whenever we talk to TG, you gonna be as soon as he be like, "Hey man, it was cool."
I stand by it. No, I've been saying it though. If you want to trade a first or second rounder for Najee, I would do it. Sure,
for sure.
If you're asking me, but right now he is. I want to say best running back on the roster.
You said you want to say it. Why? What?
We just haven't seen Jalen Warren get 24 carries yet and again.
He said, "I want to see it, but oh."
Nah, Najee is right now, from what I know, he's the best running back on the team.
I like it.
He's RB1. And he's an asset to the team. It's like no disrespect. I'm just saying I'd trade a first or second rounder for him, though. I said this way back week 3 or 4 whenever we were discussing trades and what we would do before the trade deadline. But no, I just feel like quarterback's a different position than all these other positions. Am I wrong?
No. I'm with you.
It's not something you want to be flip-flopping and going all over the place.
We
made the decision go with Pickett.
Crystal said, I'm tired of this. I'm calling it out. Crystal, I got time for you today, Deke. I like it, man. I like it.
And, again, Pickett has been improving each and every week, whereas Najee has been up and down and just not good throughout most of the season, if we're being real. And then Saints game happened. But after that Saints game, I think he had a little bit of a slip up in the Bengals game. He didn't look right. But then all of a sudden, Falcons game looked healthier than ever. And now he looks healthy just completely again.
I also think, man, the two positions, they're hard to compare in the sense that Kenny has more opportunities to do things to make himself look better.
And just the ball every time. And also the important, he's literally touching the ball every play.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Whereas for Najee, if the offense line isn't winning, then it's going to be difficult for him. Baltimore game, man, it was going to be difficult for whoever was running that route because we weren't winning up front. Whereas at the quarterback position, you can do little things like, hey, we're going to sprint out. We're going to add extra protection. We're going to do this type of stuff, quick game, to at least give them the opportunity to just generate their own type of success. So I think that's why it's also a little bit different when we're speaking on both of them like that too.
But again, from what I know, Najee is RB1.
No.
I wouldn't be. This goes back to what we were talking about heading into the Falcons game. I wouldn't mind seeing a Jalen Warren get like 24 catches just to see what it would look like. I don't know how much that would be a detriment right now to our chances of winning because you are taking a little bit of a chance there. But Jalen Warren looks good, man. We got a really nice 1-2 punch.
I would agree, man.
I'm good with sticking with this Najee Harris-Warren combo.
We got something really cool in Jalen Warren, man.
Donald Copeland. Russ campaign. Vet men. Steelers Nation, let's ride. That ain't happening. I don't think the Broncos are cutting Russ.
Would you want Russ with vet minimum?
No.
I was to say, just the way he been playing, I don't know, man. I'm
dodged a bullet right there last offseason.
Low key, like really.
And even with Deshaun Watson too. Remember Russ and Deshaun Watson, both are getting paid $40+ million.
I'm like, I'm good. Watson, I'm like, you got to get that rust up off of you. That thing look a little But Russ the one. I'm just like, Russ, you fell off a cliff. Like, I get Deshaun. I get why he is struggling. I don't understand how Russ is here now. Like, that happened really, really fast, man. Really fast.
Man, Rodgers too. I still think he's got it, but he's been hurt all season.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Troy Mason Jr. Does Najee reach 1,000?
Where's he sitting right now? 7 something?
He's probably
because he had like 6 something going into the last game. I think he's got me in 7s.
You want me to check real quick?
Yeah, I say 723.
790. Yeah.
7. Okay.
Yeah, I think he'll get close.
Does he reach it?
3 games left.
Does he get
3 games left? He's basically got to get.
He get a Labando?
Is it 70 a game? Yeah, he's got to get exactly 70 a game.
Does he get the bando? Yes or no?
Let's just look at this mathematically. Last game, he got 86.
He was balling.
Baltimore 33.
Not balling.
Atlanta 86.
Balling.
Colts 35.
Not balling.
Bengals 90. Oh wait,
balling.
We did run good against the Bengals actually.
Balling.
Saints 99. So
balling.
1, 2, 3, 4, all right, 4 out of our 6 games.
He's been balling. When we win, he balls. Is that something?
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
The 4 games we won, he has over 85 yards or 86 yards.
We win when he balls. Now
we do 2 games we lost 33 yards. Although no, I'm off on that. We lost the Bengals game 90 yards.
Yeah.
Lost the Baltimore game 33. Colts game he had 35, but he went.
But he
out.
got hurt too. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm confusing myself with these.
We got Baltimore coming up.
Basically, what I'm saying is 4 out of the 6 games he got over 86 yards.
But
we got 3 games.
What are the
left.
3 defense? You got Baltimore, Cleveland, and the Raiders. Baltimore and Cleveland. What did he do first time versus Cleveland?
56. If anything, Warren had a better game. I remember Warren doing some stuff against Cleveland.
Because Baltimore, obviously, just a little bit concerned with his yardage then. But I don't see why he can't, though, man.
It's going to be close. It's all about the carries. Because in that Baltimore game, he only had 12 attempts. Or this last one, he got 24. Yeah. He got 20 in the Cincy game, 20 in the Saints game.
But we also might continue to see an emergence from Jalen Warren as well.
And I'm fine with that, too.
Yeah. Whew, I don't know, man.
It's going to be close.
So what do you say? Yes or no? Over 1,000 or under 1,000? That's what the line is set at, baby. How you feeling?
Baltimore is turf. Cleveland grass. Home grass. He might actually run good against Baltimore.
Okay.
I think there is something to that turf thing.
He plays better on turf?
Yeah, because Falcons game did good. Yesterday, good.
Okay.
It's close. I mean, it's close. Right. It's close. 70. I want to say just because.
But it's going to be very close. If Baltimore and Cleveland weren't at the end, I would definitely say yes. But I know those are going to be 2 teams where I think it's going to be difficult running on them for Najee style. Because they are built to deal with that type of style. That like
790.
Yeah.
I should say no. Just because
yes.
Najee will perform good because I say no, and then people will come after me.
Yeah.
I will sacrifice
That's what we doing. That's what we doing now. That's what we doing.
I think so.
Because see, I was going to actually make that sacrifice for Najee's behalf. I'm gonna go and say no, he won't get 1,000 because whenever I pick against the team, we win. Whenever I have to root for the Bills to win, they win, and the Steelers usually win that weekend as well. So I'm just gonna keep following suit, and I'm gonna say that I think he falls a little bit short. I give him 940.
It's gonna be in the 900s at least.
He get 940.
I think he's gonna keep playing fine, but your point of Jaylen Warren's emergence, it's gonna just take carries away from him.
I feel like Jaylen Warren and Baltimore, those are the two dynamics I see where he just ends a little bit shy of it. He's still gonna ball, but just a little bit shy.
Yeah, I think he'll do fine. This is the best he's looked all season. These last 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try to get back on track here. Does Najee reach 1,000? Official momentum after December 23rd, Ambition Live, February 10th. We got a new date.
Let's go.
2023, 8 p.m. at the Rivers.
He stay at the Rivers, man. It's kind of like when the dudes had them Vegas joints, right? Where they got the residency out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the spot, man.
Yeah, I think Rivers did open up some hotels.
Yeah.
Right next to the facility. So, yeah, maybe he's got a spot there.
I like it.
Troy Mason Jr. at Moats body slammed Cam. LOL.
Talking about Newton? Man, I don't know. It's been a minute. Maybe that's what we're talking about. I don't know.
Did you have a hot take on Cam Sutton or Cam Hayward?
I don't know. Body slam? Did I? I don't think I did. I like both of them dudes. I don't know who. I ain't body slam nobody, man. I've been on. I'm Team Cams. I'm trying to think. Did I take a shot at any Cam? I don't think I took a shot at any Cams today, man. I'm Team Cam. Did I take a shot at the Cam today? I don't remember.
No, you've been very complimentary of both Cams.
I think I took a shot at the Cam today, right? I hope not. Yeah.
Lou boy, remember that Dave Chappelle episode when the PLE head blew up? What am I missing something here? Because he's got a whole joke scenario here. What's PLE? Blew up once they found out he was the black KKK leader. That's Deke every time 10 goes deep. I know exactly what he's talking about.
I think he's talking about the members that were there, like the Klan members, because they all, they were all Klan members. I don't know why he called it PLA. I don't even, but they were just like Klan members, and they never knew that he was was black until he take the little head thing off and show him, but he was blind, so he didn't know he was black either. And then he divorced his wife. That was the funny part. It's like, yo, this is crazy.
Hold on. I'm trying to put how does this have to do with me and Mitch every time 10 goes deep?
Because you just, I don't know, you just don't believe it. You're like, man, I love this guy. And he's like, oh, that's not what we expect. That's not the guy I wanted. So it's like, yo, I love the deep throat. And you're like, wait a minute, that not from him, though. I love the message is not from him. Like, I love what Dave Chappelle was preaching, but it just can't be him because he was a black guy preaching white supremacy in the skit. So for you, you're like, I love the deep passes, but I don't love it from Mitch. It needs to be from Kenny. So that's what he's referring to. I think that's what he said, man. Yeah, because that was hilarious. Now that you say that, I need to go researching it. I'm going to hit the rest of that Panthers pack, and I might go back and rewatch that skit. Because I'm telling you, National Lampoon's Chris's Vacation was a lot more funnier this time around, watching it with my, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just see if it works the same for this. Yeah, it's got to.
Yeah, Chappelle's stuff is just absolutely classic.
Yeah, it's got to. Yeah.
Okay, so he's basically saying I'm liking what the offense is doing.
You just don't like who it's from. Yeah,
but I don't even realize
that it's 10.
He's saying it's 10s that's backing up the defense and stuff, and I don't realize it.
You're like, no, it can't be. He's like, what? He's black. What?
It's not 10 though. It's not 10.
See, that's what he said too. That's what they said. They said, nah, he ain't black. That show us your face. Yeah, you want to see my face? Yeah. All right, brother, here we go. What? It's hilarious, man. I loved it.
Fish momentum. Chris Myers is ambition. Moats. LOL. Big bro.
There it is.
Last 7.
Shout out then. So now we got a full circle then, man.
So we know ambition's real name.
Yes, his real name is Chris Myers. And Chris Myers is the little brother. Shout out. Or excuse me, no.
He said last of 7. So maybe ambition's the younger one. I don't know.
Yeah. It threw me like he said hashtag big bro, hashtag last of 7. I'm like, wait a minute. So maybe official momentum, aka Maurice, is the big bro. And he's saying Chris is the last of 7, little, bro. That's all. I think that's what he meant. Yeah.
Okay, 828 style. 10 is a good quarterback. You just don't know when the is going to happen.
Yeah.
But I do like what 7 said, that Mike T quote about 18. It's a double standard, but I get why he says it.
Okay. But I do like what 7 said. What was the? I didn't hear the.
I think it's the second one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, the moment. I can understand that. Also, because at quarterback position, it does hurt you a little bit more when he has his O's compared to Deontay. But yeah, much rather say Will than Sikkim though, baby.
Nanzito, yo, Moats, you mentioned the other day that you knew why they weren't upping GP14's targets, and I would like to simply know the why.
Oh, no, so we talked about this on the podcast, man. A couple of things. I know to me personally, I thought it was more so just the direct thing of one you can see visually getting open versus one you can't see, right? Deontay versus George Pickens. Deontay, he's getting clear separation, and it's just a lot easier to read. It's a lot easier to see it and process it and just get the ball to him. Whereas with Pickens, it's not always separation, but you just got to trust that you can put that ball in a position where he can make that catch. And that's why a lot of people, or a good amount of people, have been feeling like it's only that Mitch can do that and not Kenny. But we do have clear examples of Kenny doing those same things. Just wanted to throw that out there. But also another thing that TG had brought up even when we were up here and we started talking about, just in the sense of just taking their time with developing him and really starting to target him more and make him more of a focal point of the offense because of some of the trauma that we've endured here with the last star receiver that we had. And it makes sense. I definitely can understand it, and I can see why they would take that approach in certain elements. But I do think largely it is because one person generates just clear-cut separation, and it's a lot easier to see. And when you're talking about Mitch and Kenny, they both are trying to prove that they can be franchise-caliber quarterbacks. And for those type of guys, man, it's just a lot easier to trust that this guy is open and this is the right throw to make, and it's just easier to do. Whereas with George Pickens, you really got to be confident that you can put that ball out there consistently in a place for him to be able to go up and make a 50-50 catch. Because if you don't, if you're trying to throw it back shoulder and he needs to be led, that's an interception. If you're leading him and he needs to be back shoulder, that's potentially an interception. If he gets out jumped in the 50-50 jump ball, that's an interception. Just a lot more potential negativity when you're trying to target George Pickens right now for those two quarterbacks. Whereas with Deontay, it's just a higher percentage, easier throw. So I think that's the big reason why ultimately.
Sean McCartney, I feel that O-line, CB, and D-line are our top needs for next season. But what's your opinion on getting a third outside linebacker for rotation with Alex and TJ? Yeah,
I'm all for the third guy. We tried to sign Ola Adaney, and then he failed the physical. Yeah, everything was good. I was like, yo, this would have been perfect. When I saw he got released, I'm like, oh, yep. Go ahead, bring him on in here. Familiar with the system. You know he could play. He could give you something on special teams as well. Fails the physical, changes everything. So, yeah, I do think that we should bring in a third guy just to keep them fresh. And and along with the fact that we know injuries happen, as we've seen with TJ this year, and the impact that can have when we're trying to figure out who can be that third rusher. And it's unfortunate that nobody's really stepped up and took that role. But yeah, I'm definitely with it, whether that's bringing in a free agent or if that's drafting a guy in the middle rounds. But whatever it is, I do think we should bring in a third guy.
JJ Watt. Already locked in.
But he said outside linebacker. J.J. Watt is not an outside linebacker.
He could do some of that stuff, though. He could just be a
rush the passer.
depth guy for us in general.
He'll rush the passer. But, yeah, he's outside linebacker. That's all. Because to me, I'm like, man, I don't know.
You don't like the J.J. Watt fit?
I get it, and it's probably going to happen. I feel like it is more than likely going to happen. I don't know.
JJ on a cheap contract, can't beat it.
As long as it's cheap, I'm with the cheap.
Man, we bring in JJ, it's like we might as well draft Joey Porter Jr.
All right, you think I'm okay? I'm just saying. I see the scenario. I see the scenario. Love the JJ.
I think people are talking about Dino Tomlin too or something.
Yeah, all right.
Coming out of Maryland.
It's a family affair now. Now he's at Boston College now. Okay. He's at Boston College now.
What's he play?
Yeah.
He play
wide
cornerback?
receiver. He's wide receiver.
We might need to move him to cornerback.
Wide receiver, man. So it worked out for Richard Sherman. Yeah.
Troy Mason Jr. Moats.
So was the
Cam
Newton?
Yeah. Cam Newton highlights.
That's what I thought. Okay.
You smoked him.
That was my first sack as a Pittsburgh Steeler, man. Yeah. So it was pretty good. It was funny too. Same stadium, man. I was actually just because I'm in the process now. My son, he's in this phase where he wants to see dad's like plays. So we've been going through creating dad's highlights. Nice. I've worked through all of my Bills stuff. Now I've just finished up 2014. No, actually, I'm at the Atlanta game of 2014. Then after that, I should be done with 2014. Then I'll start working on 15 and going forward. But yeah, man. So me and Lil Man, we literally was just watching this play. So I was like, it's got to be Cam Newton. It's got to be that one. Yeah. Shout out to Cam Newton, though, man. I like when he playing against him. Helps me out.
Fisher Momentum, he says that he is the last of 7. Oh, Fisher Momentum is.
Okay.
# Reese's Cup.
That's the nickname.
So Chris Myers must be his older brother.
That's big, bro.
AKA Ambition.
That's why Ambition is big, bro. And he's saying that he's the baby of the group. The last 7, the Reese Cup. Shout out the Reese Cups, man.
Lou Boy, y'all don't speak of 10 hard counts. 2 weeks in a row got penalty yards.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all going to respect 10 once it's all over.
Hey, you listen, Lou Boy, you know me. I rocks with 10. I rocks with him a lot. So, yeah, the hard count, the cadence is a weapon. And when he utilizes it like that, absolutely. I wish we could have utilized some of the free plays off of it a little bit better. But, yeah, the cadence is definitely a weapon, man. And if you're doing that, man, that is really good. So I'm with you on all those. And he checks a ton of boxes. It's just, unfortunately, bad timing. Just terrible timing for him because of the KP8 situation.
Lou Boy, 6:31 right now.
We got 2 left. We ain't tripping. Okay. We got 2 left.
Lou Boy, my wife got 3 Amazon carts. How the hell?
Yeah, it's like that sometimes. You know, it's Amazon season, baby. It's Amazon season. I don't even be knowing what me or wife be ordering. I just be like, it's another box, babe. It's from Amazon. Yeah, Amazon is like the gift and the curse, bro. Amazon and Target, both of them spots, man. I'm just like, bro, I don't know what be going on in them place, but it's a lot of money to get spent at Amazon and Target, babe. Mm-hmm.
AJ Martinez and Deke's band is called ?
Drum roll, please. The band?
Yeah.
I'm back and I'm hitting them hard, breaking them back. I ain't got no push up, bro. Oh, the other band.
The band, yeah.
That was like the band.
It could be known as.
That was like the band. Like we walking the cheesecake. You know what I'm saying? Walk the cheese, get the cheesecake. I thought it was on that. Yeah.
Also says the Diggler's nothing but a compliment. Let's go Deke and the Deke band. Yeah, you can call it the Deke band. That's fine too.
But every time they call you the Diggler, I always think of like Dolph Ziggler, from WWE. Chick magnet, man. The ladies love them. So yeah.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like a chick magnet as well, man.
Yeah,
the ladies love you, bro. Yeah. LL Cool Deke. That's what they say.
Fish Momentum. Hey, when's the next live event? I'll bring Chris.
Hey now. I don't know when the next live event is per se. Yeah, I don't know. But whenever it is, though, we would, whenever it is official momentum, you're going to know. We're going to make sure we let you know. All right. But with that being said, I think we are caught up on everything. Yep. Was there any final thoughts, comments, concerns that you had before we go off on our merry way?
We're still in the hunt.
Still in the hunt, ladies and gentlemen. That is very true. We are still in the hunt. And we're going to keep this thing rolling, baby. Let's keep it rolling. So with that being said, man, hope y'all enjoyed yourselves today. Hit that like button on the way out of this thing for the culture. We definitely appreciate you. And until next time, baby.
Peace.